play the angst song.
We're playing the angst song because it's time. Welcome back to Demigods and Deities. I'm your Dungeon Master, August Schmidt, and with me are the half-blood heroes themselves. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody, indeed. Last we left our heroes after being trapped by the stony statue of Niobe, who was cursed for her hubris and bragging about her children to the gods. Our heroes were able to not only break her statue, freeing her from her curse, setting her spirit free, but also getting out of this flooded dungeon meant to kill you all. And all of you survived, which was quite, I mean that in very impressed,
I was so
well
sure
done.
you were at least one of us.
At least one, but no, you
so close. Were in death saving throws?
At one point, 4 different people at the same time were all at 0.
5 total, right? There was
5 total. It happened to Willow twice, and all of you at least one. Well, and Willow, because you were, I will say, Willow almost was the MVP. You were holding off one of the crocs on your own, because between you holding out and Archie's Crown of Madness on the other, would have probably killed you all. Again, you two did the heavy lifting, while the rest of you took out the statue.
I did.
After breaking,
I got one hit.
You got one hit. It was a good hit. After though breaking out and free, realizing time had passed exponentially too fast again, making it back to the town of Greenville in Mississippi again, surrounded by hooded figures who shot arrows to pin you in, and a very early 2000s punk goth girl has run up, thrown off the hood, and embraced you two, claiming to be your sister. All of you are here. It is a very warm, if you've ever been down south, especially along Mississippi, still so muggy and humid, right? You can feel sweat and water still on you. All of you are surrounded by, as you can see, pulling off their hoods, all of them are young women, each in varying cloaks with bows, surrounding you in this circle. One of them comes up, you can see very black hair, this look on her eyes that makes it look like she could kill you. She's individually surveying each of you, almost as if you're a threat or not. You see, my lady, are we taking them with us? You see, Tally immediately turns, yes, Raina, I trust them. I received a message from Kyron. They have to be my family. And turns back to you and what happened? We've been looking for you for days. What's going on?
We just took out Niobe.
Yeah.
We apparently were in there for 4 days.
The bragging Karen.
Who?
The one who's my children are so amazing. And then
Dad
she got
cursed
struck.
her to be a statue for bragging about her kids.
Yeah.
Well, after Artemis and Apollo killed all of her kids.
Yeah.
You see, she
Right.
right, Lady Artemis. She's told me that story before. It's
Kind of gruesome.
very
There were
gruesome, but
crocodiles.
By the way, hi, how old are you?
you're looking. She doesn't look much old. Maybe into teenage years. Again, most of you are 12ish, 13. She looks not too much older. Maybe you're putting anywhere between 15, 16.
So, you have me right before we. Oh gosh. Dang.
Oh no, gods, no! I'm not. That's not how it worked. I'm sorry. Gyra may not have had time to explain a lot. Let's make camp and we can talk.
Okay.
You see, immediately, the huntresses are kind of circling around you, helping escort you out. I will say, Mike, it doesn't feel great. Yeah, it's an escort, but this is they're circling. It's vultures, so it's you're getting a little jumpy. I'd even say Trent too. Both of you, it's yeah, thanks for a bunch of people, but you're telling us where to go.
Archie's safe though, apparently.
Archie is normally human, apparently.
Wait, yeah. Let's see, I need my roll.
Archie's just flying.
You're making a roll.
Crap.
Never mind.
Reassure, Elena be your dad may have a problem with having lots of children, but don't worry, you're the only ones of this generation so far. If that makes you feel any
Your
better.
dad may have a problem.
You see Maple under their breath, maybe just that we know of, and just keeps going, just it's not
Can I
you
give
never
an
know.
underhanded high five to Maple?
It's that download. Yeah. You guys head off. Not back the way into the woods where Niobe's lair was, but off the other side of town. Much not as like clumped foliage and swamp, like more even, solid ground. You get the feeling like this has been like man-made into better nature. As you approach a smaller clearing, a lot of trees, what you're noticing immediately is each of the hunters are pulling out small little packs, these little, like, again, very small rectangular squares that as they lay them down unfold seemingly impossibly into like almost full tents. People are setting up tents, some are already making a perimeter. What you're noticing, like Archie and Mike and Trent, like most of you guys in the back, because some of you are being talked to directly, is like not only the hunters but like animals seeming to have caught up in patterns. Like you're seeing birds, something that maybe looks like dogs or wolves on, but again, nothing coming ever close, right? So it's like maybe these are like helpful animals. Talia is definitely grabbing you two, is also talking to you, Willow, as the senior guide, right? Again, senior protector. Again, no offense to Maple, but it's like you're the one that's in charge, so to speak. But the other four of you are out and about. Is there anything you guys are doing? Because right now, I will say it's weird. Lee, not much is going on. Like, you're just like seeing people doing. You three are noticing all the hunters are like giving you three wide berth. And it like dirty looks are being cast every so often. It's just this like,
Hey, August, I have a random question.
Yes.
When they threw me through the room, like, yeah, fair.
Dryads at all?
What did you do?
Is there are some dryad hunters.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, it's like this is actually something you would all notice is like there's no one set of person. Like you're noticing people that seem to be like human girls and some that maybe are like dry, kind of like Maple and Will, like a little more pointy ear. Maybe like their facial features are darker, greener colors. You're noticing like, and also like people from like all over, like tons of different races, even as humans, like black, white, very like tan skin, also very white or like maybe like Nordic looking pale skin. There's like a lot of people. There's no one set. As you three are
It's
like
like no, Archie. No means no from a girl. It's not.
That's
the-
not okay. That was not at all where this conversation was.
this
going.
hunter passing you spits at your feet, Trent goes, boys, and just walks away.
Educating him.
Educate. I'm an ally.
I know
working
what
on
we were
this.
going for here.
Yeah, but a lot of
Because
them.
it started out
Very
with like,
left
why are
field.
they giving us wide berth? And Archie's like, do they like us? And Trent's like, no, absolutely
No.
not.
Which then turned into no means no.
Well,
No
because
means
it's
no.
like, but
It's
sometimes
important.
girls like you have to get like not in this case. No one's going
No, it's
Eleanor
this
knew
very.
exactly how it sounded though.
It's not.
Yeah,
Again, it's not
Dead to me.
directly hostile. What I'd say with you
it's
three
not what I
is
meant, and you know it.
what
And
you
that's
guys
not
are
what
realizing
Trent
is these hunters aren't going to hurt you. I'd say like that's something like no checks in. It's like you're not in danger, but you feel very outcast.
Just don't hit on any of them.
meant. Why would I do that?
Just saying.
Trent Scott.
What?
Trent's
No.
not the smartest bulb on the laurel bush.
What?
He's not the
No.
smartest fruit in the olive tree.
Just
He's not.
keep Maple away from them so that they don't convince Maple to
Well, the thing is,
join.
Maple's non-binary, so they can't even join anyway.
Yeah, it's the Hunters of Artemis are actually all female or female aside women who have made a vow of chastity against any and all
It's not
romance or
sexist,
sexuality.
it's a flood word.
It's very again like there's great power in it, but like
in
it's
the
one of
sense
those like
of
yeah,
the
Maple's
oppressed
also
Maple
out
group.
too.
It's
It's
not oppression to
but
be
again they're not too bothered with Maple. You wonder if it's like maybe it's because like dryads there's never really gender anyway, and so it's like what do you do?
We choose our gender.
Yeah, right. It's
Yeah.
like one of those choosing things. But yeah, Lee,
That's
like
pretty
some are
sick.
like coming over to you. They're offering you food, like to give to them. Like they're giving you like,
You don't want
hey,
to
do you
associate
need
with
bandages, medicine? But like you're kind of acting as middle
So
woman
Alexi's
to the
like
boys.
The only thing who's
you.
not
And Maple.
And Alexi, like you've noticed like with you three, Talia is like in a tight group with this other dark-haired girl with you. And it's like just you five. The rest of them are doing everything. You're already like before you can blink, you look and there's already like a much more like commander-esque tent, like 5 different stakes with one center pole.
This sounds like camping trips with Dad. Actually.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
very
like also
order.
you guys probably feel very at home as
Don't bring that up
Talia
around Talia.
invites you in.
You know.
There's pillows to sit on. There's already some food and like a lot of different scrolls, maybe maps.
Okay, the hunters are like the best people around. I would not want to join them because of Jake.
But
I mean, there's like a reason. But yeah, no.
Okay, I've got to get the brownie battery. Sorry.
As you're good. And as you guys are going in, what I'd say is this: you will all get the effects of a long rest.
Sweet.
Like with the hunters, as of right now, definitely this night. You can do that now. Like put your hit points back, refill, restock.
We're all at level 5 now, right?
You are all at level 5. Willow's at
What?
level 6.
I forgot to level up. I'm so sorry. I will. Do
You're
that
good. No,
after
that's why I'm
this
giving
video.
you guys time now. Like it's that.
Thank you.
I get
Which
to
then,
attack
side
now.
Can I make a funny little side thing real quick?
Yes. Yeah.
Trent is kind of just sitting here thinking, like, yeah, we kind of just swim in a bunch of muddy water
No.
and he, like, touches his hair a little bit, and some cheap dye
Yes.
comes out. He's like, and so he goes over to him and it's like, hey, can I borrow your beanie? Like, right now.
See. Question.
Thank you. And, like, the tiniest bit of blonde comes out where he pulled on his hair.
Actually, I want to go
Would
and
prestidigitation get rid of that?
Fun fact: it would.
Oh my gosh, it would!
Prestidigitation would.
I would have been using
This isn't a
prestidigitation
good
to clean us
dye.
up.
It's because it's not like, and this is like very obvious. Like some of you, okay, and this is the only way I know it. You guys know that picture of Rudy Giuliani where he's like sweating and he's sweating off his tan.
Yes.
It's like between the water and sweat and humid, like. There's like thin little black lines running out of Trent's hair in some places.
Yeah, so like I would have used prestidigitation on the way back to clean us off because we're covered in mud and gunk.
So we already would have had this.
So we would have had,
Oh.
yeah, Trent.
Do we?
What's your natural hair color there, bud?
It is a dirty blonde.
It's a dirty
Very
blonde.
blonde.
Trent
And
looks like
so
a.
it's the traditional blonde, gray eyes kind of a thing. But the thing is, neither of his mortal parents are blondes, so they made him dye his hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was,
Oh,
this
that's
wasn't
awful.
a choice of Trent's.
That is awful.
This is not a choice.
I wish you would have gotten more in the water. I wanted to come out.
Yeah, that
early,
would have
but
been great.
It's pretty fun.
Question, would you want to dye it back or no?
Trent has no idea because
We'll figure it out.
his
We'll
life
figure
has
it
been
out.
as a book and say flip turned
I
upside
want to
down.
apologize to Trent before we get threatened again.
Oh right, that happened.
Yes.
That could be a role play mode for later. Because you've been grabbed by
How
your
well would I
sister.
know herbs
That's
that
true.
would dye his hair back
I'm just.
Yeah, I just
Herbs
think that
that
would be
would dye.
funny. Just like your hair's blonde.
What I would say is this: you would know of them. They're
But I can
actually
use
like a little bit hard.
prestidigitation.
Dyes are a tricky thing. Like this is actually fun facts about
I
dyes.
don't know, man.
Like to get something good that's like a good darkish black or brown color, and like the other like
Maybe
herbs
black
or possible like chemical that would like help set it.
Mm-hmm.
It would take like. It's not something you would get traveling, if that would make sense. You would want to spend time to like search for it.
Okay.
Um,
I'll
yeah,
just-
that's like a free thing.
As we're on our walk before we meet the gods, is that pretty much
Yes,
Mr. Trent like,
extra
if you want, we can trade for
Yeah,
dye.
you can.
But it's
Who
up to
do we
you
get
what you want to do.
I can use prestidigitation to
That'd
make
be
it
nice.
look however she wants it to look.
Honestly, I don't know because my parents kind of made me dye my hair, so I don't know.
So you fight this battle, and you tell me what you want.
Just kind of like
As you're like going
An
through the
owl
woods,
in the
crickets, and
Does that help?
yeah, there's actually a lot of bugs, of course, down the city. So like everything's buzzing at some point. We're going to then go in, of course, briefly to you three. But yes, Mike. Yeah.
Staying close.
I
Oh.
can see a
Talia,
12-year-old
like,
thinking, "Oh, I can
not like
totally do
taking
this,
part in
right?"
the conversation, but trying to overhear.
You can like try to
That'll
go
be
with them
interesting.
if you
Yeah.
want. Like that's fair. Like, I'll say this: you can go in, like as you're going in. I think like this dark-haired girl would like put a hand on your chest, like, "Yo, you're not included." Talia may just. Raina, one sec. I'm sorry. Who are you?
Yeah, I'm Mike.
You see this girl, which you now know is Raina. Just what's your lineage?
You know,
I'm not 44.
why do you need to know?
Ooh, I love it. Sorry, that was just me. Like, ooh, cool. You see Raina just again very stoic. Just, I don't trust people if I don't know who they are.
Okay. I'll pull out my trident. I'll be like, my dad is the most powerful one.
Raina mutters something you might think is Latin and probably wasn't a compliment.
Alexi's gonna come in here and just be like, hey, he's cool. A little cocky, but he's cool.
Raina just like, you see, she like puts her hands up, not in like a throw up in like defeat, but in that like, whatever, and just is gonna walk away very haughtily. Just
Can I
No.
go?
you see, Talia just.
Big 3?
I was
okay
wondering if
sitting
this was
here.
gonna be a family thing. If you guys want to come
Well, okay,
in.
if it's a family thing, then
Can I like
Oh.
cough read
Well,
the room
I mean,
to
technically
those
we're
two?
all family. If we want to play that
I just
card.
thought this
Read
was
the
good.
room.
Never mind. I'm
No.
good.
Do you want to come in this
I'm
tent?
gonna go hang out with Trent.
Okay, I'll
You
go
can
hang
come
out
in the
with
tent.
Trent.
You guys can come in the tent.
I make eye contact. I'm like,
You can come in. Do you want to
no,
be inside
no,
this
I,
tent?
I pull them and I'm like, I'm taking them away. Like,
I
I
just-
understand
you guys-
the whole Artemis
you
I'm
guys-
gonna
I have
open
some
the tent.
questions for you later.
This ADHD, very non-neurotypical girl, like this is coming out like, I will like, no tent. Do we need to like do this outside?
I'm pulling them away.
It's not a bad thing. Okay,
I have questions for you later.
See ya.
but
cool.
enjoy your family
Bye.
time.
Yeah. You see, as like you guys walk away, Dahlia like turns just like carbon copy. It's like a mini him. It's a mini him. Just like not really to anyone in particular. It's almost like to herself. Like, oh my gosh, like it's a carbon copy. In this like very strange way. And like is coming in, inviting you to sit down. And you guys can, we'll say, recant the whole story, like from like getting to camp, getting your run-ins with Medusa, getting to Niobe, everything. As you're sitting here, Talia interjects a few times, obviously, and just talking about stuff. And after a while, just like, well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. We were tracking you. We found you guys that you had made it here to Greenville and nothing else after that. We don't know what happened. So it makes sense. I don't know, though, how you were lost. I mean, I know Nico and Percy told me about a hotel, casino-ish thing that can do that, but I've never heard of time lapses outside just
Yeah, it's
random.
happened a couple times though, so I don't think it's randomly.
It's only when we're in a battle.
I feel like the gods made us.
I mean, that's probably true.
Talia, like, gives that, like, curt laugh. Just kind of, well, some gods, yes, some gods.
Yeah.
no.
Hermes is cool.
He's a pretty cool
Yeah,
guy.
This is chill.
I like him. He's fun. Apollo and Artemis, Lady
And
Artemis,
he
of course, is
almost
the
sent us
best.
to our death, but
Is there like a time god that's out to get us?
Did you come in the tent? Who are you?
Oh,
No, you're good. I think that's right. Lee just.
this monk just.
I love it because
steps
it's like all of you are these again like ADHD, possibly spectrum
Very
kids.
ADHD,
Lee walk in.
can we hear
Oh
something?
yeah, what about time gods?
You were just like quiet and snuck in
Where
with
did
the
you
crowd.
come from? Like,
Honestly, though, we would.
She
you
probably
would
comes
It
out
was
from
like
deeper in the
ADHD just
tent.
happened.
deeper in the tent. Yeah, like. Oh, they just kind of set it up around me. It's just like
sitting around.
I was just here.
we can like. I'm sorry. Do you guys want to just have this conversation outside with everyone?
We might as well.
Yeah, or we can bring everyone inside.
Is there anything
Privacy
specific
isn't
that you
gonna be
wanted
this
to
group.
tell us?
It's
Tonya?
more. Do you see? Her face is kind of flushing, just like.
Ember just kind
direct
of
siblings. It's.
walks in next to Lee.
it's a-
So everyone's cool except for kinda. Mike's cool. He's just kind of really sketch. But he's
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, there was that thing you said about you dreaming about him and then no one said
What?
Talia's like, you're dreaming about him?
Weird.
Kyron explains that it's
Your voice-
normal. Not in that way.
I think it was a diversion tactic because they're playing half to the flag.
But
It's a
I'm sorry. Talia's like, did you have
I've-
dreams of him or
Mom
with
says that I've
him?
always been really good at digging holes.
Wow. See, Talia's like, I'm about to rip down this tent. Like, if we're just. I'm sorry. I'll say it nicely.
Can we just
Lee,
move on?
could I have a moment with my siblings?
Absolutely.
And
I'll take
Willow's
Ember
here
out.
because I need you help like
You
pick
just
up Ember.
casually pick up the
Ember
little puppy.
is getting a little bigger, right? This little borky dog. You walk out.
Borgy.
Talia like shuts the tent, ties it.
I'm sitting down next to Trent, just like, dang it.
You
Yeah.
see,
They kicked
Talia
the
like
out.
searches the tent at this point, just
What
like
the heck?
and is gonna stop, sit down.
I promise it's not weird.
She's like, I get it. I've lived with demigods. The hunters are a little bit more behaved, but only because we're all very old at this point. It's a thing.
Talia,
Wait,
you
what?
don't miss hanging out with 11-year-olds, do you?
See, she's not even gonna respond to that. Just like, kind of shoots you. like what you see with a shocking glance, right? Like, if looks could shock, it's like, ooh.
She's cool.
Looks at you, and just, so, but, yeah, you, I'm sorry, I have a lot of questions, but I'm sure you have questions for me, too.
How old are you?
Technically, well into my 40s?
Okay.
Oh, that's true.
You're as old as Mom.
I was born back in the 80s when Zeus first
Wow.
broke the oath of the Big Three. And, well, long story short, tree for a couple decades, got loose, chose Hunters of Artemis.
Brother.
When
Yeah?
does it ever not deal with Percy Jackson?
Well,
He
I
seems to
see
have been
what
a
you
big
mean about
problem.
Sons of Poseidon being kind of.
it's a very, you see she's like trying to find these words of like, well, basically joining the Hunters of Artemis was a twofold. Not only did I prevent a world-ending prophecy, but I also got to, I have this like kind of forever immortality, and it's really nice. Like, I mean, maybe one day I can go up, but not anytime soon.
So
I mean,
I can call you sis.
yeah, please. I mean,
Sweet.
we're siblings. Go ahead and give me an insight check, both of you, real quick.
Okay. Is this my good day? It is my good day. Sorry, I got excited. Clearly. So 21.
21. Let's see what Alexa gets. I'm curious.
I got a 13.
Alexi, there's a look in her eyes. Elena, you've seen this look, and you realize it's the same one you've seen on your dad
Oh.
before you guys left for school. It's a look that now you thinking back and noticing, this is a look of loss and of sorrow, like both past and future sorrow. A very deep look. That reinforces that she must be your sister, right? But in that, and because remembering, of course, the stories you've heard, she's not just talking about you two as siblings.
I'm gonna go and just hug her from the side and just be like, I've always wanted a sister.
You see, she gives you a big hug. Just, me too. Kind of breaking in her voice. You see, she'll just, yeah, no, but
Oh, that's you're great.
I'm so glad. No, I'm so happy to meet both of you. But there are bigger things, of course. I've heard from Kyra about the prophecy, and we were sent from Artemis as the help for you guys. When you were talking about Hermes, this is what because, hey, no god can directly intervene right now without starting World War III. But this is a very technically third party. We're hunters of Artemis, not with
So
her,
you
if that
don't
makes sense.
act in her name, but you
We do,
kinda
but we're
do?
not. There's no blood relation. This is merely, again, a servitude. We want to be with her, if that makes sense. So we can help you guys.
It's an oath.
Yes, it's an oath. Oh my gosh, Tally's a paladin too? Like, it's not photo like, yeah, because Artemis, the hunters take an oath. It's
all of Zeus's kids are
Wait,
paladins.
so are they all paladins, like the Hunters of Artemis?
well, like to an
They're
extent.
like paladin
Some may
ranger
take
things?
rangers or like obviously like rogues.
Right.
Like there's a
Weird
variety.
multi-class.
Elena has her moments.
You see, she now turns a little more to you, Willow. Just in this, you guys are trying to make it to Cali before the solstice.
Can you help us with that?
I can try. You see, she pulls out a big map of the U.S. Not one that you see, like, it's divided up into states to give you this image, but instead of, like, names of, like, of the states, you're seeing there's markings labeled with monsters and things with, like, traps, like,
So
this
cool.
very, like,
Like I
in,
said, like-
it's the literal opposite of industrial, where instead of a roadway, like, cement map, this looks to be a map of nature almost, right? Like,
copy this down.
something really
good
cool.
idea.
Yeah.
You see, she's pulling this out and pointing just like, now, tell me where in the prophecy, where in Cali do you need to go?
Sky and
Remember-
Earth meet.
You remember our lovely friend?
Which one?
The one holding up the sky.
Hey, really quick, while you do this, hey Trent, can I borrow your iPad?
Why?
There's a thing we need to take a picture of.
Yeah, but hear me out. I'm in the middle of playing chess with Mike right now, and he's winning, and that is not okay.
I'll take it.
Okay,
You can have the iPad.
Right. That like very faux gracious. No, please. Like.
So I'm gonna go out of the tent and grab it from
Get
Fred,
him.
and I'm just gonna say, I want to talk to you later. I need to say something.
Yeah, sounds good. And I'm just like staring at the in a very teenage way. It's like I hand over my iPad, and I'm just like.
Alright, and I go back to the tent.
You get this, and you can take a quick picture with this.
Yes.
Tally's pointing out just okay.
Medusa.
You're trying to get to Mount Tamalpais.
Okay.
Wow, yeah.
Have you guys ever been there?
Heard all the stories.
Mountain off the bay in San Francisco. It is where currently Atlas is being held.
Okay. I guess as Lee would probably know best about that.
I mean, oh, I'm still not there.
Lee pokes it. I mean, Talia like very kindly just
Shoves
like
her face out of the
puts
tent.
you out of the tent again. Just it's like it's a moment. I'm trying to have a no.
It's my
You see, she
sibling.
pointed just. Here's the thing, and she shows routes. It's like, depending on routes, technically, if we were to go a direct route, we could get there within about 6 days. That leads us straight through not only Gila Claw in Arizona, but also Vegas. No go. Terrible places for demigods to be.
Fair enough.
I told you about the hotel casino thing that
Oh,
got
yeah.
Percy and Nico.
That's in
That's a non-option.
Okay.
Veering too far down south into Mexico, that's going to get us into terrifying monster territory.
And plus
Don't know if you've
we
ever
do
fought
nothing.
chupacabras, but we've hunted them once or twice. Bad stuff.
Sounds like
What
fun
if we
though.
go north instead?
Maybe.
The
later.
smart option would be going up north and cutting straight through Colorado, Utah, across the mountains into Nevada,
Should we
straight
stop by
north.
Guys, a death on Sinbad, one insult.
Did someone? Is someone talking? God,
Don't
I'm
worry about
closing this.
That was
I'm getting a
not-
weird metagaming sense.
Metagame said.
What does
It
that
smells like
mean?
the second we started
prophecy.
our metagame campaign, August is gonna cast silencing spells so much.
Silencio.
Oh, I'm sorry. You
More like
can't talk
Tafliato,
that.
where it's like we can't hear what's going on.
No, this is basically though, like what Tyler's explained. Just this is a fast route, but here's the problem: if even at our, if you were to travel with us, you won't get there in time. She's gonna explain, and to give you kind of the breakdown, you have a couple options. What she can explain is if you guys were to get like a mortal transport, like using your money, everything, you could get there probably in 3 days, like half the journey's time, but a lot of monsters, right? You would have no protection, and there's a lot of crazy stuff in the western half of the U.S. Traveling with the hunters will give you, and just to like metagame it in that way, basically complete protection. Like you're not going to fight monsters. You're going to be moving at a good pace, but it will take longer. Because if you take the complete journey into Mount Tamalpais, it's going to take about 8 days. That's past the deadline, right?
What?
That's past the solstice.
So then why don't we all just take mortal
That's what I was
transport?
thinking too.
The hunters can't. Like, they're not going to load up into the buses because, again, they are sworn to the hunt. Like, this is like you have, again, this is
If
why
we went
it's
to a bus
it's
trip
a
and
nature map,
everything-
not an industrial map. They really can't do that. Or at least, like,
Okay.
maybe Talia could, maybe a few, but then, like, you're not getting great
So are
protection.
you
Yeah,
guys
it's
just
just a
against
lot of-
compound bows and guns? Like, do you
It's, she's like, it's hard. The mist can disguise things really quickly, but not big groups. It's hard to mask armies, and we're basically an army.
So then could you come with us?
Only a bit of ways because this is your quest. There's ancient laws with the fates when it comes to quests and those who receive them, and I'm not Twins of Eagle. It's you guys. But we can help you. So here's kind of your big options. You have obviously
trying
this.
To hijack this quest.
Well, but Thalia...
Yeah, Percy doesn't value that. Like, he would go in a heartbeat, but no, it's what she's telling you is going all with the hunters, you're going to miss the deadline. If you don't go with the hunters, it's 3 days, but you're looking at, like, extreme danger. Because, again, 7 demigods, you guys have already gotten attacked, and you're only getting lucky, if that makes sense. On the way, you're not going to have, like, direct trains into San Francisco. A lot of stops, a lot of places where bad things can happen.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would any one of us turning into a hunter improve anything of our chances?
No. So like
I was gonna say,
the
I'm not
value
good
of the
with that.
hunters, how it works is when you're traveling with them, it's basically you're going to be getting almost that like with a ranger, like no difficult terrain, increased speed, while also being stealthy, while they can hunt off anything that tries to attack kind of vibe. And like anyone becoming a hunter, in that vibe, what I'm seeing is like it really wouldn't help. Like, yeah, you'd get other buffs just by being Hunter of Artemis, but like nothing that wouldn't like be oh well now we don't need them, right? Like, so what you can do, some of these options breaking down, you can do a traveling almost a third of the trip with the hunters, which would take like about 2.5 days, and then it's just 2 days of normal travel, which is safer but still kind of dangerous. You could take almost 2/3 of the journey with the hunters. It takes about 5 days, which would leave you 1 day of normal traveling right in, and you'd be there like morning of the
I don't
solstice.
think that's a good idea.
That's cutting it too close. I think it'd be best to go with third,
Because then
and then just try and book it as fast as we
the
can.
other option, the final option that Talia can present is we could all out book it, but we'd be exhausted. To give you that metagame, you'd get there. It would take like 5.5, 6 days, right? Getting there on solstice. But then, like, to give this, everyone takes 2 points of exhaustion.
Yikes.
Yeah, no.
Because that's
too
like
much.
a heavy, like, well, think like Lord of the Rings. Like, we are now sprinting for 3 days in a row, right?
Dwarves are wasted in gross.
Dwarves, right? No, so it's like,
Yeah, no,
So-
Trent couldn't do anything at that point almost.
What?
yeah. Well, yeah, like, you with
Here's
2 points of
my-
exhaustion would
We would
ruin
probably
you.
Here's
Fine.
my thought, guys.
Yeah.
Every time we've traveled by ourselves, we ended up in a lair. It's happened now twice. Every time we've been stuck in a lair, it's taken us how many days to get out? So even if we were to travel most of the way with the hunters, okay, so if we were to travel part of the way with the hunters and then go on our own, we run the risk of being stuck in a lair again. However, if we go most of the way with the hunters, we have the day to get to of the solstice. We're gonna run more of a we're gonna be more likely to make it on that day than we would traveling by ourselves anyway.
Yeah, it's like, and Talia can echo this. It's kind of that 2/3 of a leg of a journey, and only really having to deal with a 24-hour period of getting is a safe option. There is, of course.
You just love pushing us to.
I'm sorry, but the
Yeah.
other
Plus, one hasn't.
There
completed
is the safer
the
option
last
because
possible day.
Talia can
Oh
say it's
my
like
gosh,
if you
that's
guys
true.
don't want the hunter's help, like if it's just like, hey, we're helping heal you up tonight, and it's just 3 days to book it, you could get there in plenty of time.
Good.
But
But
how
we
many
run
more
into a
monsters
lair
might you run
How
into?
many times?
And so it's like then the how much of the journey? A third of
Too
the
many
journey,
times?
2/3 of the journey.
So
There's
let's-
really no easy half, if that makes sense. Like to do half the journey, it's still like then 2 days to travel. Like I'm saying thirds, but it's like even going half. It's like there's amounts of time where you still will have
So do we
to.
want to go ahead and test
so
our luck?
let's-
2/3.
It's kind of well,
let's-
think like
let's
buses,
put-
right? Like
let's-
What have we done?
buses have to run on
5
schedules.
Obviously, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
5/8.
5/8. What?
That's
Okay.
gonna be mad at us.
Okay, so let's present this to the whole group and see what they have. But if I were to make the decision because I'm still a protector, like if I have any kind of sway, it would be. going
Your
to
vote's
be
gonna
the
count
most-
double as of right now.
Yeah, my vote would be to go with the most protected
You see,
because we're gonna have the most likely chance of getting there on time.
Talia stood up. She's
Sure,
getting
I've
ready
almost
to
died
walk
twice
out.
now.
Um,
One I actually died.
Yeah, you actually
Um,
died once.
Yeah,
you
I
see,
don't need to be reminded.
before you leave the
That's,
tent, Talia is gonna take both of you, kind of that like on the sides of the head with both of you with her hands, just like family is important. I'll always be here for you no matter what you choose.
Oh gosh.
Thanks, sis.
Let's talk to your friends. The weird ones.
Mike,
They
if
are
you
weird.
keep gaslighting me into thinking you can take my queen, it's not going to happen.
Trent.
Well, you know, if you just
Mike
do
just doesn't
the-
Shut up,
I think-
Archie.
I
No,
love the
I
idea
actually
that
would
maybe
jump
you don't
in
even really
and
know
be
what
like,
you're doing. You're just
"No,
like
Bishop's
moving,
totally
and
moved
so
that
Trent's
way."
just like,
Yeah,
how are you doing?
Trent's
And-
overanalyzing
Mike
it.
is just like
back.
subtly smiling, but he has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
like,
but
what's
when I
his
jump in,
plan?
gaslighting those, she'll be like, what are you talking about? Of course a bishop can move like that. What sort of chess have you played?
Talia walks up to all you. At this point, Raina comes back. You see she was like prepping people around the outside of the perimeter.
Yeah.
Archie's using prestidigitation to make like some of my pieces are missing after. Wait, where's my rope go?
Holding
No,
Trent.
hold on.
Pulling up different logs, pillow, just like camp chairs, right? It's like when you're camping, right? You just sit on anything. all of you are around this fire, and Talia can now present this plan to all of you. And so you can all talk about it.
So I'm gonna present the idea I already said. I don't know if you guys heard it about, making it
Well,
more
yeah, I
of a
heard
way.
the whole thing.
Okay,
So,
so I'm gonna
a
present
point.
that point.
Point.
And Trent kind of brings up the point that, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the prophecy, but I feel like no matter what we do, something's gonna happen in Salt Lake City because it says a death in Bog, another in Salt. And if we're going
Yeah,
northward,
that's
that's the only form of salt we're gonna hit.
Talia does
besides
go,
the Great Salt Lake.
don't put too much stock, though, in prophecy.
It could be like saltwater, like
Great
It could be
demigods
saltwater
and
like
heroes
ocean,
have
but if I'm a fate that
Hey,
likes to
Trent,
end with
Trent,
demigods, yeah.
hey, Trent. better demigods than both of us have died trying to figure out prophecies. I get your apprehension. I've been there, but like that might kill us by avoiding the Great Salt. Like, we might actually run into a salt mine or a
Yeah.
monster made of salt.
Okay,
Don't
so
Somebody
if we
stop.
just
literally
hit
just
it head
dies
on.
and falls on a packet of salt.
On a packed of salt, like, you don't understand.
that would
Prophecies
be
can be
so weird.
very specific or very vague.
So
And
it's in the head with a salt.
So you're saying we
Yeah.
don't have to be
Yeah, we
smart?
just-
you see, no, Talia's like, it's not that you don't have to be smart. She's like,
So feel
I
like
love
maybe that's where
Rachel,
we part ways.
and I know it's not her, but sometimes
Isn't-
I feel like the prophecies that are given through Rachel are meant to make you go crazy. Like, I feel like that's a part of it.
So where
Huh.
would our 2/3 mark be?
The 2/3 mark, like, traveling with them to about a day left, puts you about on the edge of Utah. Like, on the
Oh,
inside
of
edge
course.
to Nevada. Because then it's hey, finding, like, a simple tracks or car or bus or running even, like, through Nevada straight across to California, that's like a day's journey. And in theory, you could end, like, around Nevada if you were to push it, but again, you're dealing with points of exhaustion.
Would rather not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like if you guys really want to book it, but it's not a great idea.
So Utah it is.
Alright.
You guys are with that?
Archie,
So
I'm
are
going
we
to
gonna
kill
take
you.
exhaustion if we go?
No, so like
What?
doing this path, the only
We're
reason
playing
you would
chess
take it is if you decide we want to heavy hoof it
Yeah, like
all the way up. That's what would give you, where it's like it exponentially increases time, but the points of exhaustion would come then.
Okay.
This is going to get you where it takes about 5 days to get into Utah.
Cool.
And then it's like, cool, we've got a whole day before even the morning of the solstice. We got this kind of vibe. With that,
If you see anybody on bikes, white shirts, black name tags,
Avoid them.
don't talk to them.
avoid them.
Boy,
They're crazy. Tell us, like, hey, apparently there's one god instead of 12. Wild stuff. I mean,
but then like they believe like the one god's separate, kind of whack.
yeah, like there's one god, but they still have 3. Like, why
Yeah.
not just have 12?
And then they have like prophets, which are
I'm
kind
sorry.
of in their own sense, minor gods. That's
Uh,
kind of the definition.
Anywho, as you guys start setting up, this is like, without even the fire, it may be like the magic of the hunters or even just the natural night. It has become a very pleasant evening. You've each been given like a sleeping bag, like no need for tents. You're sleeping by the fire
Do
out
we
under
have
the stars.
Clothes, like new clothes to change into?
Yes, like they're able to give you like
Yes.
whether mending your current clothes, like if you want your current clothes mended, or clean stuff. You're able to get cleaned up, refreshed. The only thing they don't have is more ambrosia or nectar that you can have. Like anything you already have is yours. But they help heal wounds. You get that full benefit. Yes, Trent.
I want to ask Talia because have I noticed the bracelet on Talia yet?
Possibly yes.
And because Trent's kind of putting it together with his stick. And he knows, because he had his iPad and he did his research on his mom. Because it's like, ooh, a parent that might actually be invested in me, let me invest in them. And so he kind of just wants to strike up a conversation and be like, is that the shield of Athena?
Oh,
But like
Yeah.
in a bracelet?
Aegis, the head of the Gorgon. Yeah.
Sick. I got this, and I pull out the stick, and then it turns into the,
Yeah. Just cool.
Really awkward.
Yeah.
It didn't turn into anything.
You have a cool shield? I have a stick.
I gotta say, hey, time for bed. No, yeah, no. It's,
I've been kind of like interested in like stuff my mom made and whatever, And also, I kind of want to ask, do you know the person Annabeth? 'Cause
Yeah,
apparently
that's
she's
right.
like a big shot, and I haven't met her.
You
and
see,
it's not like
Talia
I want
like
my sister or
busts
anything.
a gut. Like it's that awkward. Like you stop talking while Talia finishes laughing as choking to breathe. Just a big shot. I mean, I'm sorry, Trent. You gotta keep up. I knew Annabeth when she was 9.
No, 7.
Or 7. Yeah, like 7. She tried to stab you in the gut with a screwdriver. It's funny to hear someone call her a big shot. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
It's funny.
Okay.
No,
sick.
she's
She was
cool.
fine.
She's a good. I think you'd like her as a sister. She's cool.
Okay. Because I just like, it's probably not that she's pretentious or anything, but because like, I don't know, I haven't met her, and then I've heard all this stuff about her. Like, I don't know how Mike's dealing with like, the guy who apparently messes everything up being his brother. You know. I mean, I
You know,
find it-
Save
him.
the world.
I know,
You didn't
Perseus
hear it on
Jackson,
Full
because it
Rank
feels
Supplies.
like every time he's brought up, it's like, oh, this hero, but I'm like, didn't he just like,
I know nothing
he
about
hijacked
Nico.
Yeah.
the Hunters of Artemis's quest
Yeah, you really don't.
to
I'm so
where
sorry.
we're going. He
Yeah.
just like straight up followed you guys.
You see, this is like, we'll say like Talia's maybe cooking. So like again, people are milling about. She looks over the clearing, sees like Mike, whatever you may be doing at this point, gets kind of this look. Just, you know, Trent. There's one thing, as absolutely godly frustrating Mike's brother Percy is your godly parent doesn't decide you. And vice versa. You don't decide your parent. Every person, as terrifyingly similar sometimes as people can be, everyone's their own person. Percy is one of my best friends. Never mistake that. I would kill for him. And I would kill him.
Sorry.
I feel like that describes Mike perfectly.
I'd
No,
kill
you're
him,
not
but I'd
wrong.
kill for
I
him.
would kill for him.
You should just figure out relationships on your own in terms of friendship, because if you hold too much stock in the gods, then you really aren't choosing yourself, are you?
Yeah, that is cool. I guess so.
Yeah.
Also, do you know if there's any, he was about to, here's where it comes, is it real quick, do I expose my backstory? I mean, like, we're this far in, is it? Do you know if there's any mafia in Utah?
Mafia?
Because, like, my earthly parents have probably been trying to track me down, and I don't know if they can get this far west, you know?
I don't know much about mafias, kid.
Okay.
Parents are in the mafia?
What? I didn't say anything, and you see Trent starts running away.
Just like booking it into the woods.
Okay, I
Go
got
do the woods on your own!
I'm gonna follow Trent. I need to talk to Trent.
Mike is gonna go ask her. He just has one question for her. So, is the map still out?
She's got a bunch of maps. Yeah, like anyone can look at the maps. They're not like secretive.
So
It's
I'm
just
gonna point out where I grew up, and I'm gonna be like, have you ever engaged with Cyclops around here?
she gets a very hard look in her eye.
Oh yeah, she don't like Cyclops either.
Just down kind of eastern, almost south.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Well, if we're talking about the same one, Butch, he's a good guy. He kind of raised me, and I was just wondering, if you knew anything more recent about him or anything like that, because I know you guys get around.
She's just no. Honestly, I've never heard of a Cyclops named Butch. To be fair, most Cyclops I meet, well, with the exception of Tyson, I don't learn their names. I kill them.
Okay.
He's like. I
If
hope
you found a
didn't
good
meet-
Cyclops and they are there, that's awesome. But sorry, the only Cyclops I've met down there have met the end of my spear.
How recently?
I don't know, like.
Pulls out his trident.
Yeah, like.
No, hold on. No, she's like, no, haven't been over east in like at least a year. Like
Okay.
we've been hunting more Midwest for a while.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Okay.
No, like, you can go ahead. Give me a history check.
Yeah.
We'll call it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think history would be a good option.
That is a nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love it.
So 24.
24. Yeah, Mike, you remember a vague, random conversation with Percy. Maybe it was in the Irish message, maybe it was like back at Camp Vermont, talking about how, when he was like telling you about Tally's tree and how it's like, yeah, I'm like, Annabeth and Luke and Tally got trapped by a Cyclops down south, and like, and it caused monsters to catch up to her. And so you think it's like, she doesn't have the same, but it's like, that's what she meant by like, she doesn't like, because again, it's like, I died because of this. Kind of like, not as bad maybe as like Annabeth and Luke, because they really don't like Cyclops, but it's that like, there's still a grudge.
Yeah.
Because like, hey, you killed me, like, or you caused my death, and so it's, doesn't feel great.
Cool.
But yeah, so like, you're not in the dark anymore. It's that like, oh, and I'd say like, you can realize
That's
this before
right,
even
yeah.
finishing the conversation. Like,
Yeah.
so, but no, she has not killed any Cyclops there.
Cool. Cool.
Okay, so I'm actually chasing down Trent.
You
Yeah.
catch him before he breaks
It's
perimeter.
never going to happen otherwise.
Strength check. I have a strength of 20.
No.
I'm not a strength of 20!
You hear a hunter's pointing the bow. Just stay in the camp for your protection.
How sharp is that? What's it made of?
Hey,
Let's
Trent!
You
Let's
are
walk
like
this way!
thinnest of cut. It gives you a stripe through your hairline, and before you can even realize it's cut, another arrow's not. Just
No, I was just asking like what material was it made of because it looks really sharp.
back to camp.
I take one
And
side.
walks
I'm going
away.
to-
What's it made
Yes.
out of?
Alright, cool. Trent.
Do you want to play chess? Is that why
You
you're
want to play
asking?
chess?
I want to say sorry
For
for punching you.
oh
Which time?
yeah.
It only happened
Once.
once. It only happened once.
Okay, I'm like,
That'd be wild if this was a multiple
When
occurrence.
you were wondering why I should waste a drop.
Oh.
Yeah. That really wasn't cool of me. Sorry, I'm not used to people dying,
It's
and
okay.
I kind of freaked out on you.
I apologize too. I mean, like, I've kind of been desensitized to it. It's also
And that's why I shouldn't have snapped at you, because you don't have the same kind of relationships that I do. You aren't lucky enough to have that. And
Nope.
so I was mean, and I'm sorry.
This is so cute.
This is really
okay.
tender. I love it.
I don't understand social cues that well. It's kind of annoying. It's like I understand it, but I have to have been in that situation before. It's like I have to learn it and put it in a database. In
I
my
mean, hey,
brain.
that's cool. I'm just dumb.
I'm like, no, you're not. You're not.
Alexius is smart one. He's cool.
No. I would argue that
He's
you're the
the smart one.
Alexis.
He turned to stone.
Alexis got himself turned to stone.
Yeah.
Do you sense a joke about it?
Medusa. No.
We're good. Okay.
But,
Tyler using her shield to
I mean,
scare
he's got
Lexi.
rocks for brains, I guess.
You don't.
You, and I'll say.
Oh no! Yeah, Alexia.
No,
that's
I'm
right.
trying to joke, and I'm like,
As-
"Ugh."
As you guys are saying, you smell frying food and chocolate and sugar marshmallows being
Do you
cooked.
know how to make s'mores?
Yes.
I have to ask Trent.
Is he lying?
I don't think
Is Trent
Trent
lying?
knows.
And
Trent-
here's where he's gonna get to. The hell is a s'more?
Okay, so Trent, I learned how to make s'mores
It's
from the best
s'mores pop parts.
from
Oh no!
Dad.
Well, I mean like s'mores Pop Tarts.
But
Oh no!
Trent thinks you're talking about making a s'mores pop tart.
Well,
No,
we
I'm
have the capabilities to make a
no,
Pop Tart.
that's disgusting. Oh, Mom would be so mad. She does not like Pop Tarts. Those are full of preservatives. No.
You need to eat a Pop Tart.
Okay, we're going to give you a real s'more.
I probably have a. I pull out a Pop Tart. You're gonna eat a Pop Tart.
Ah!
It's
You eat
this
a s'more
fun.
then.
I'm gonna
You
say
feel?
there's this really fun montage of
Feel.
like you guys making like
Aye.
s'mores out of s'mores pop tarts, people talking around the fire, you guys talking obviously with Talia. The rest of you can even talk with like Reyna, other hunters, like in this kind of very soft moment of peace, right? Like
Don't worry, s'mores are good for the
I'm
soul.
reading my book.
reading the book.
Nerd. Wait.
got
I say as I'm
Go
on my
ahead.
iPad reading.
If you're reading the
Trent,
book,
I have
go ahead and
to
give
do
me a
s'mores.
perception check with disadvantage, because if you're actively
You
reading.
good?
Yeah.
I like your hair, by the way.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to feel about it.
We mad?
We kind of do. Well, I mean, like yours is lighter than mine, but because I also sent the picture to August. I don't know if he wanted to.
Yeah,
mention it anytime soon.
I'm doing it.
Yes.
Awesome. But yeah, he's like I'm not a stranger to violence even before this whole thing happened.
Oh yeah, I think that was the first
So I kind of took a nihilistic approach, and then I realized that it hurt me
3.
because you've never been in that situation
I love it.
before, and so it was hard to joke about.
Archie, you're having
Or
a
talk
great fun.
logically about.
I
You
don't
know?
know
Reading
what
this book.
nihilistic means, but thank you.
Oh, very like fatalistic.
cool
Like I mean,
spells.
I've seen so much. I've seen a man have his kneecaps ripped out. What matters anymore?
I did not read that mental image.
What happened to you?
I love you.
As Eleanor the Queen. What?
What? You
Who
what?
are your parents? Are
Yeah.
they in jail?
Are they?
August?
It's
Should
that
they-
one
you
shot
think
we
that
couldn't
voice
think
is,
of the
like,
guy's
scary?
name.
Oh my gosh, your parents should be in jail!
Maybe. I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, like
secret
when
agent
you think
parents?
that you're trapped under your parents until this like random thing happens and now you're on your own, it's kind of like it seems like the normal, and then you find people that give reactions like this, and then you realize maybe watching
Oh,
torture
honey.
wasn't normal. But like you
Yeah.
had to do it because Dad said that he'd lose his job if you didn't.
Is he a
Yikes.
politician?
He's a professor at NYU. I shouldn't have said that. And he shoves some s'more into his mouth.
Hey, you have the same hair as
Yeah, that's-
Alexi!
That jump.
Well, you don't know if it's my dad.
Yeah,
This is Eleanor talking. You don't
As
know if
you're,
it's the
yeah,
mom or the dad.
Trent,
It's
you're
him.
realizing quickly you have the same like dirty blonde as Alexi.
Oh,
Y'all are related.
no shit. It's like we're all related.
We're all related.
Sweet
and
home Alabama. We're all related.
Southerner!
as you guys,
Like
I'm
that
gonna
again,
say
like, yeah.
again, the night wears not too long before you guys get in your sleeping bags and are able to fall asleep. Of course, the hunters are keeping guard for you. There's no need currently to have like a watch. Everyone that's asleep though, I need
Not
first. I'm
freaks.
going to do something a little sneaky.
Oh.
I'm messaging one of you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna have this ready, open.
Yeah,
So that
everyone.
doesn't buzz. Are you gonna do
There's
it
gonna be a
on
binger buzz
Messenger,
somewhere. It's
or-
through Messenger. Someone's about to get it. Don't worry. And I'm gonna talk a little loud so maybe no one notices where the buzzer beam comes from because this is a little sneakier than normal.
Sneaky,
It says it has sent to anyone who wants to check their messages. You know.
Hey, maybe don't do that.
You know.
Wait. Oh no.
Yeah. I've done a sneaky thing. I've done a sneaky thing. No. Are you guys playing
I don't know
chess?
what I'm doing, and I'm playing chess. Because the thing is, Trent knows how to play chess. I don't.
You do not.
I do not. August can say this for
Um,
many years of us growing up. I
And
do
now,
not.
what I need from
I just need
everyone
pieces.
is perception checks with disadvantage.
Oh, great.
This is,
Oh, Lordy.
again, you've all been sleeping and it's waking up.
Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. It's gonna be doable.
Yeah, that one.
I got a 13.
This is the perceptions? It's a 15.
It's
That's
a
a
15.
9.
5.
Oh, look at that. That's 2 in a row.
2.
8. I got a
8.
13. Did I get the highest?
Uh,
15.
Oh,
15.
15. Thank goodness.
Hey,
9.
look! I'm starting to do wisdomy things, guys!
Wisdom
Wow!
Wizzy whiz.
Wizzy,
Oh, okay.
glizzy, glizzy,
Gross.
We should try to figure out how
Don't
to
say
bring me back
pussy.
into a dragon sometime.
glizzy.
Yeah, like, how do you get
no.
me to dragon up? Fulcrum compared to
I
3.
now believe that
Um,
Trent knows about everything that a 13-year-old should never know. But you don't need to make us all suffer too.
You guys want to know how glue is made?
No.
You got, sorry,
Well, the thing is,
15.
you take
What was
those
yours?
from
So what?
What was yours?
13.
13. 9. 8. 8. And Braxton, what did you get? 5.
Megan got that one.
Nat 1.
Terrible perception.
Which is sad because you're the mom.
Here's what I'm gonna say. As you all wake up,
So
Trent and the twins, you guys like, because again, Trent, doing s'mores, and you two, and Lee, all wake up, and you wake up because you think Lee woke you up.
Lee?
Lee?
Yes, you.
Uh,
Yeah, no.
It's just a nightmare.
Okay.
You okay?
You okay?
you good?
You
Do you need a Pop-Tart?
No,
No, they're bad. They're easy.
Those
They're
cause
bad.
cancer in California.
Maple, it's a
Good.
guilty pleasure, okay? Like, they're not
It's-
great for you.
Like, it's sugar, it's convenient, and it's in a package to
Anyway,
share.
are you
And I hand a
okay?
Pop-Tart over to
Is
Maple.
this the only junk food you were ever exposed to growing up?
All we're saying is the creator. Yes, this is the only thing he's
Oh,
ever
no.
known.
The rest of you have woken up at this point. It's a...
Just to been a dream.
What happened?
You know a demigod that's probably not just a dream. Divulge.
That.
I hold my iPad like a therapist. Divulge.
It's okay. Just say whatever you feel like you need to.
Trent?
I guess on the bright side, he's still alive.
That's good.
What's happening?
There were these people who looked human and they had him, and I think they're connected to whatever's going on with the prophecy because they seemed to want to use him against us.
Hey.
I think Trent's parents
Oh,
kidnapped
but
your
like
dad.
big humans?
Oh,
Okay.
Larger.
August just sent me a text that said larger than normal about the humans who had him or whatever. Basically,
Interesting.
you know how Niobe said she like made a deal and she'd get her kids back if she killed us all? Yeah.
Oh shit.
Hey, what did the lady look like?
There was no lady. I don't.
Or what the people look like?
Big humans.
Aren't we still
They
asleep?
were in the dark.
This is like early morning
Oh,
wake up.
okay.
Because it's like,
Were there
you
any
guys seem to have been
symbols?
woken up maybe by lead. The rest of you are being woken up like hunters are breaking camp, slowly getting ready, stretching, getting water, that kind of vibe.
Did they have any symbols?
Not that I saw. It was all really dark.
Okay, was he like in a building or a cave?
Was it by humans or was it by monsters? Do you think?
When you said but larger than normal, are we talking like giants?
I'm
or-
not saying
okay.
anything right now.
They were just
That's what
really
you got.
tall, shadowy guys.
Huh.
Okay, so we gotta be on the lookout for your dad
Hey,
and
Trent, do
be
you have a
aware
way
that
to
maybe
look up
he's
stuff?
not in control of
Big
himself.
tall guys on it.
And he needs
Uh-huh.
Oh, like
I mean, like I downloaded.
like he's
like,
fine,
all
but they
things
have
about
him, and like
technology,
they're probably
obviously.
gonna kill him if I don't
Oh,
catch him
okay.
or something.
It's canon now. I said.
Oh my gosh.
That's
So
not
we
good.
gotta
Look at the
rescue him.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Where?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Were there any like nature landmarks you can
I
see
didn't
anywhere?
see it.
Here's what I will give because Lee has made the choice to say that you said it out loud.
Thank you so much.
This dream was asked to basically turn against you and kill you all. Like, in return for her adoptive father.
Oh.
And Lee, interesting. Because that was a choice you had to make on your own. I like
Well,
it.
it's interesting because it's like she didn't want to say anything, but with like 3 people asking her all these questions, it
You
just kinda
woke up
came out.
badly because
Yeah.
also what I will give is Maple rolled high enough. Maple was going to interject. Just, I'm sorry, you had a dream. No one's had dreams in weeks.
Oh, that's the person working against us.
No one's been dreaming.
They
How?
purposely
I don't
gave
think that
you
was a
this
dream. That may have been a direct vision, or even like they reached out to you.
Archie's still sleeping, snoring a little
I
bit.
slap him.
Oh, Ember's just licking your nose, trying to get you up, but it's that like.
Ember,
No,
put
licking
the
his
tongue in the
mouth.
nostril. That'll wake him up.
No!
Immediately, yeah.
And I
This
just
is like
make Ember disappear.
fiery tongues because it doesn't feel good with a hellhound, right? It's like
I just
ow, ow.
immediately make her disappear.
No, but yeah, like back to the matter at hand. That's kind of messed up.
Kind of.
dreams.
I didn't mean it like okay.
Kinda.
He's my dad.
I was trying. I don't know how to handle situations.
Trying-
I'm sorry.
Doesn't
You see,
have
Maple's
to be
like, it's
dad,
okay, it's okay,
And that's it.
and that's
But-
okay. Yeah.
But we're really grateful that you're still our friend. And we're going to be your friend too and help you get
Enough
your
to
dad
not kill us, says Maple. Like,
Yeah.
back. I mean,
thanks.
It's
So-
true.
when I first met you.
So we'll need to get your
He's not
dad.
an awful person, so.
We'll take time out of the main quest,
That's
but
fine.
we might still be able to do it.
This is where I will now add, because you've said it out loud and I can just tell you, go ahead and make me another, either history or perception, whatever you'd like, for remembering other details of your dream.
I keep rolling. so badly.
Dice jail.
Literally.
Is it the tray?
It might be.
It's cursed.
It's
It's
a cursed
magnetized to only land on 2s.
trait. I'll call it a 7 history then.
A 7 history.
Because it was out of perception, right?
You
Yeah, I rolled a natural 3.
don't. There's not a lot of things that you remember.
Don't do that.
What I will say, it's like, I'll describe what you can immediately tell.
I know.
Rocks and sky,
Wow,
something
I don't
very
know.
mountainous, not a lot of foliage. Very like
A big Y.
high up. Nothing looked like
High up.
nothing. There was no other like skyline in other places, right? Like how normally, like even in the background, you can see like maybe like mountains or buildings. Empty skyline. With this out again, basic knowledge. Wherever you felt didn't feel abnormal to you, but it didn't feel like you don't know where it is.
So
Was there a
do I
big
get the
white
feeling
Y?
could it
No.
be like the mountain that we're already going to? Because we're like going
Like
to a mountain
somewhere
where
in
Alice
Northern
is supposed to be.
California?
I would say
Because they were
yes.
all
That's
talking about Mount
a
Tamalpais
very
and everything.
natural. You've been around San Francisco in your life, and yeah, it's. I will give you on a 7 in the sun clue. Ocean skyline, nothing beyond it is that kind of vibe.
Guys,
So
I
very
think it
positive.
might be Mount Tam. I think we're going there anyway.
All
But
right.
then I don't know how we're gonna get there and do anything before they kill him.
When
mean-
are they going to kill him? Did they say?
They didn't give me a time limit. Just
Well,
So-
let's save the world, and then we'll save your dad.
I don't think that's gonna be a choice. I think we're gonna show up and they're gonna be there.
Yeah.
So we save your world and the dad at the same time. Great. Two birds with one stone.
Let's do this.
Talia comes over. She's looking very prepped. Again, you wouldn't think that someone wearing like big old black boots, like fishnet, like undershadow and spiky black hair would look like ready to travel, but she's rocking it. She's just like,
She's so cool.
all right, you guys, come on, up and ready. We've got a big day of traveling ahead of us.
Why?
Yeah, we can talk about
Yes.
this more on the road.
You win, I
Let's go.
guess.
No time to lose.
Guys.
All right. As you guys travel and get ready, you start traveling with the hunters. Heading across America, again, fording the river is not a big problem, going up and in, traveling through fields and forest and open flat land. It's fun. Like, you have time to just, like, casually chat with each other, just moving. Because what you're noticing is, again, like, even though you're just like walking, kind of like hiking, the landscape does seem to move faster than normal, right? It doesn't seem like your normal hike through the woods. As you guys are traveling, every so often things appear in the sky or in the horizon, and very uniformly, just like hails of arrows, just are picking things out before they ever come close. And you can't even tell like if they're being killed or if just deterred, and nothing's really coming close to you. As you travel for these first couple of days, everything's fine. Eventually you start heading into more mountainous areas. You start getting to Colorado, a lot of hills, traveling through streams. You guys are seeing a wide variety of things too. You see harpies and centaur that seem to pass. Every so often, willow and maple. You guys are seeing, the obvious dryads that meld in and out of stone and tree and water. And every so often, maybe not like immediately, there's no real rhyme or pattern. Every so slightly, the earth maybe seems to shake a little bit when you guys are traveling. But not like earthquake level, just like maybe enough.
Is your dad snoring really? That's probably not cool to say. Is your dad upset?
Thunder and lightning.
I have a random question. A funny little ask.
Mhm.
So if we're looking for your dad, yeah, do you have anything of your dad's that the hunters could use to try and track?
Well,
Tell us,
wait,
we're not gonna make it into California with you.
Yeah.
We're stopping around Utah.
That's fair.
I think our best bet would maybe like do like a fake out where they think Lee betrayed us, then she actually didn't.
Uh-huh.
I don't
How do
know
we
how
do
they
that?
expected me to do that. Was I
We're
supposed
12.
to poison you all? Like,
Yeah,
they're
it's
7.
weird.
I mean, you are pretty boss.
It's true.
You guys can summon thunder and lightning and earthquake.
You can
Well,
turn
we
into
do
a
have
dragon.
magic.
Summon the dead.
Oh, we
Yeah.
do see. You turn into a dragon.
Do you have
I have a
way that can
pointy
use
stick.
everything?
We are not the same.
It's a good
No, they might try again with
You
another
should
That's
Sorry.
turned into a
With some
spear and you're still
response.
complaining about it?
I like it.
Okay, guys, I have
Okay.
an idea along with the same lines.
I could try
So,
meditating. That's like a dream
What
like
if
state.
Lee is able to have another dream? She can say, "I am bringing them to you." And when we get there, we are blindsided, as in like we're there to save her
Yeah.
dad, but
Oh.
ultimately she's taking us to them.
I will do my
That
best to
might
be good
actually
at
work.
lying.
I've had
As
to lie
you
for a lot of
travel.
my life, so I can do it.
As you travel, Lee,
yeah.
you don't have any other strange nighttime occurrences.
Well, even if I tried to like
Meditate.
That's
state to
yes.
like okay.
It's that like even in the nat 20 of nat 20s, nothing is coming.
It's
Oh,
not
hear me out. So, you know, in Utah with the guy with the white shirts and the badges, you take us to him, you say, these guys want to talk to you, and then you
No,
kind of like,
that's
then
not-
that's technical betrayal, and then you'll get the...
We're gonna leave them alone. They're
Okay.
actually
Tyler's
really,
like,
really
don't
nice.
mess with mortals on
Okay.
a quest. Like
No,
that's just
and
rude.
those-
No,
guys
no,
are
I was
really
just trying to say, like,
nice.
how would she be able to be, like, ditch us to then get the information?
This is Maple, just in that like, no, Trent, like, when we arrive, Lee's supposed to just start murdering us.
Okay.
There's no way to. I don't know how we
Hey,
can
Lee, if you
trick
kill me, can you
whatever
make it quick?
these things are.
I could just like start whacking at you when we show up because
Yeah.
you're beefy and I can try to not hit you too hard. Like deliberately fail my attack rolls if that makes sense and like trust him to block. Does that make sense?
I'll make a roll. Let me.
Well, hear me out. We
Uh,
could try and, like fight, like, schedule it out. So, like, 2, 4,
Um,
6.
Well,
Choreographed?
Yeah.
I will say, Talia
Dude,
is
I'm-
gonna
I
interject.
told you, I'm
Just-
dumb.
Oh.
To be fair, if
You're not
you
dumb.
guys,
Mom tried
whatever
putting
you're
it on her.
fighting, it
Didn't work.
depends on their intelligence. And no offense, I don't think these guys are smart or like dumb enough to fall for that.
Yeah.
It might be hard to trick something because there's coming from someone who's done this exact tactic. It's hard to trick something into really trying to kill something unless you're really trying to kill something.
If you need to actually hit me.
By the way, I want to let you guys know that I can take a lot of hits, not metagaming.
Trent's
And
pretty
so
tough.
you could
he's
probably
probably
attack
been through
me.
torture.
Yeah, I
what?
know.
Who told you that?
I know.
I
Just
mean, we're
assuming.
talking about people's kneecaps getting ripped
Yeah,
out, so
so
that's not a
I
bad
think
assumption.
your dad is in the mob or something.
Or
I've
the
been
mom.
thinking
Um,
that might be the case.
you guys
Question,
enter.
What's scarier, the mob or the Titans?
You guys enter
Definitely
the
nice.
second like leg of this journey, really
Right,
going
go.
through mountain and trees now. As you guys are traveling, not a lot of monsters anymore, right? Like there's not a lot of things you're encountering. It is a lot of like heavier, like you're ending like days like breathing hard, right? These are harder hikes, even with going fast, right? You know, what you're noticing though is traveling through Colorado into Utah. Summer and sun and everything doesn't seem to reflect the mood that is settling over the country itself. What you're noticing is skies seem to be a little bit darker and more gray sometimes.
Is California
Lightning thunder.
burning again?
You guys try to like, you know, keep your cool, so to speak, and like not always saying God's names, but when you mention God's names, like always is accompanied by a thunder rumble somewhere, right? Like it's getting very tense.
Ooh, could we make up nicknames? Yours is the one with the fork.
Thunder rumbles and lightning strikes a tree a mile away.
What? I was gonna say I'm Hoot Hoot. Mom, please don't kill me.
More thunder rumbling. It's like, and what I'll say is
We'll
like,
just say
you guys
light
make that
stab,
lighthearted,
red
like you try to
smog.
laugh it off. All of you know internally that things are getting tight and tense with this prophecy, and possibly war is in a balance, right? Because of just a lot of you guys being you. What you're noticing also, again, not only sky, but even the ground rumbles a little bit more as you travel.
So
So
probably
we have
Hades.
3 god. No, because his dad is the god of.
Yeah, but
Earthquakes.
also we haven't heard anything from Mike's. Archie's dad, and I'm guessing that he's
That's true. You guys
itching
are kind
to
of
put
radio
his
silent.
2
You
cents
okay,
in.
fam?
I mean, I'm fine.
Okay.
I've like, I think I met him once, but like,
Yeah.
normally it's like.
You met the Lord of
You
Death?
said like you got like.
I'm not 100.
Tell
I
me-
think so.
Did the devil go down to Georgia again?
Sunken.
It happened at least
He was
once.
not playing. He was not playing a fiddle.
Not playing.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
it was at my
Boring.
grandma's funeral.
I mean,
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
that fits.
I
Funerals, yeah.
think he like I think we talked.
See,
Nice.
Tyler just
Do I look up or down when I'm like looking?
When did you get that?
always down. He's not up in Olympus. That's part of the deal.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, yeah, I think I met my dad.
Was he cool?
He seemed pretty cool.
Cool.
That's cool.
I mean, he was a little intimidating.
He's
deals with
he's
that?
very intense. I've
Yeah.
only met him a handful of times, and he's. Well, let me just say this: you're definitely not your dad. Like, I mean,
You're not.
My-
I don't know if
Oh,
you've
okay.
ever met Nico, but like, even him, like, it's like a mirror, kind of like, oh yeah, I see it. Like, you're a really chill dude.
My
I
mom's
throw him a high
awesome.
five. By the way, guys, I've been thinking about it, and I think I met my mom. You know the lady who was like, "Hey, I'm gonna take you on the tour," and we went to this really cool like hands-on stuff.
I was distracted.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that lady was my mom.
We were all a bunch of 12-year-olds in a museum full of
I was
touching
not paying
things.
like
attention.
like a
The lady
museum
who
made
tells
for
us not to touch
ADHD
things
kids.
that
Yeah,
watch
the,
12-year-old.
the
Right?
bun lady.
think that was your mom?
Yeah,
I got a hug
because
from
like
my
she
dad
gave a
before we
wink
left.
and then like. well,
I don't know, like just like. Well, my dad hugged me.
It's
like,
okay,
Can
Mike.
I
We
start
should start
throwing
bragging
fists?
about our
Like,
parents
it's
because
you.
we all know who's gonna
Ember
win.
bites
It's
his
true.
hard.
yeah, like hard. Not in a,
It's
like
over
it would
there,
heal,
guys.
you know, as you're trying. But it's just that like, ow, my
You're gonna
gosh.
limp for
It's like
like,
twin
a couple hours.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Um,
put this crutch in
Yes!
for people to hug
Can we
my
make
mom.
a
I
new
hope you
secret
understand
handshake
this.
where we can do like a little bit of
Lightning.
lightning?
12-year-olds. It's 12-year-olds.
Oh, hear me out, hear me out.
No, it's
Okay,
literally
hey.
just like shocking grasp just over each other.
So like it creates an
Full like
And then I just use the
prismatic
air go,
ball, like you know,
You guys
just
know what
flying
happened if I
away.
poked your lightning ball with my stick?
What?
Let's try it. Like,
Right. See what happens.
Oh, Tally the Hunter.
Watch my- watch
Um,
my-
I feel
Oh,
like
yeah,
Talia
we're
and I are
Can I
just-
tell
Talia,
that
yeah,
lightning ball
Tally's
with
been
my
talking to
stick?
you a lot in that like, you know, just catching up.
Kelly's like, oh yes.
It's also the
12-year-old.
like most of the hunters are like, gosh, like let alone there's a lot of boys, but they're 12. Like, oh my god, like Diamarthos, right? Like Talia and Raina are the ones that really are like
Sorry,
with you in a
I
group.
have a question.
Sorry, it's
Yes.
hard to
Would
find
they be like-
deodorant on a
Because
quest.
I'm older, would they be trying to get me to join the Hunters of Artemis and drop Jade?
Talia, no, like Talia knows you
Talia.
enough, like, and I don't think enough. Again, like because you're with
Do you
this group,
want to become a
Talia,
hunter?
the other hunters
I was just
aren't
curious.
like
Because
talking
they
to you
always-
about it right
But
now.
This is like the
Well,
second
think
time you've
about like
mentioned it.
Annabeth. They gave her pamphlets and things.
Yeah.
They did.
So like that was.
They're like,
and
oh,
they had
oh, we
like,
see
this
something
trying-
going. No.
I will say
They're
that
missionaries
because
from
you're,
No.
because you're bringing it up, and I tried to get away with it. Can the 3 girls of the party please make investigation checks for me?
It's like in their bags or pamphlets.
Oh crap!
Your missionaries of
not
Artemis
rolled
are
above
knocking
a
on your door.
3.
I got an
asking if you
eight.
want
Would
to
you like to
hear
hear about our Lord and
Nothing.
Savior Artemis?
Oh, that's
Although, August, on a side note, I was like, can I poke their electric ball stick? And I'm like, hey, Maple, look at it.
That's a 3. I rolled a natural 2.
Yeah.
I cannot roll
Well.
tonight.
I got
Well,
8.
Yeah, nothing. You
Yeah,
haven't
turn on
received
that
any
stuff.
pamphlets. I mean,
Seriously. Yeah.
there's nothing in your bags. Like, you're not finding any, like.
As a joke,
I think
I
I'll
look
just
in my
let them
bag and
talk
see if
about
there's a
Jade
pamphlet.
just to, like, to get them off my back.
So on a date I went last month, like, you know, that very, like when you are, okay, like, I don't know if you guys have this, when you're with someone, you're trying to, like, prove you're dating someone else, even though, like, friends or family want you. It's like, yeah, when I went on a date the other week with so-and-so, like, you drop the name, you drop the
yes.
details, just to be
Oh,
like,
yes.
do you get this? Yeah, no, it's that full, like, I'm good. All of you are continuing
Trent
to
checks
travel.
his bag as
Yes.
well.
This is a complete side note, but can
There's-
I tell you a
Yeah, I know.
very funny actual thing that happened when took Alicia to my family reunion.
Oh.
Okay, we made it through like almost the entire thing, no problem.
Nice.
My
So
grandpa, like right as we're leaving, comes up to us.
Oh no.
And we're talking, and we had like this little hunting cabin. It's like the cabin's the size of this room, and it's just covered in like animal
Nice.
that are dead.
Nice.
Well,
And
yes.
Grandpa is like, "Oh, you should take her to see the cabin." I was like, "Oh, yeah, maybe." He's like, "You can use the cabin for the honeymoon." And we get super embarrassed.
Welcome back, Alexi. We're
And
talking
then
about
my
relationships.
grandpa,
Apparently.
then my grandma comes up and is like, "What did you just say?" And then he shouts it, like literally, "You can use the cabin for the honeymoon."
Yeah, this is.
I'm so sorry, sir.
It was hilarious.
As you guys
Anyways.
I
are
believe
finishing
it.
up this final bit, like the morning of the last day traveling with the hunters, before it reaches that, like, we are now, to give you the actual, like, date, is we are looking at, this is June 19th.
Nice.
As in,
Can I
like,
also tell
at the end of today, you will finish with the hunters. You'll have, like, one last sleep with them.
Yeah, it's
And then
almost
you
his
wake
birthday.
up on the 20th. Whose birthday is it?
You told me to make his birthday the solstice.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey guys,
Almost
it's on my
happy
birthday. Hey,
How
Wait,
old
you're
are you
14?
soon.
We'll be turning 14.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Child are old.
You're so old.
Says Willow, who's like
I'm looking-
26, right? Like, I love it.
Also, side note, do you think that has any importance to do with what we're doing?
Oh,
Oh,
probably.
definitely.
Probably. Okay.
That means you're super special.
Wow. Okay. Thanks.
You're probably going to.
Talia,
Oh.
last time I had
No!
a solstice near my birthday. Fun fact, I'm born like winter solstice. I was supposed to kill the gods.
Oh, that's no good.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So does that mean I'm supposed to save the gods? Because then it's like the opposite, because it's like summer solstice or whatever?
That's a nice way to think of it.
Yay!
Like this, again, very punk. Like, Talia's not like, yep.
Callie is just cool.
She is
also,
so cool.
Side
Probably the
note,
coolest
can I
character.
whisper something to Lee real quick that everybody can hear technically? But like,
Yeah, like in that.
I'm like, hey, by the way, you can go all out on me if you want, because I get it. If you have a parent that really cares about you, you should get him.
I honestly don't think it'll help, because if we do start fighting each other, they're just gonna take advantage of our confusion and kill us.
I know. I'm just saying
But
that,
thank
like,
you.
I
appreciate the gesture.
Yeah.
Finally heading through
Also, do you want a Pop-Tart?
the Salt Lake Valley of
Oh,
Utah.
yep, here we go. Crap.
Getting through.
There's a lot of homeless people around here.
A lot of homeless. Yeah, like you're getting
What's
more
that building?
into
Wow, it's kind of pointy.
like urban, like out of
Too bad we
rural
can't go
into
look at
urban
it. It's
area,
open
right?
session.
Slowly getting into this. As you guys head up past this spot,
Why is there a Y on the mountain?
weird stuff in Utah. Again, Tally's like,
hey, look, they
don't.
actually have a strip.
You don't
club
mess
here in
with
Utah.
other gods and goddesses. Trust me, don't do it. And you guys
Just walk up to the guy.
heading into the mountain. I'll say they lead you not too far, like into the woods, right? Because again, it's like, hey, you'll be able to get out into civilization. And I'm going to make a roll. Yeah.
I want to do a
Um,
perception check.
We all.
I'd like to pull out my weapons and ready my
As you
rage.
guys, as you guys are in the Salt Lake Valley, at some point, what you realize is as you're talking and walking, you feel a presence, like as you're talking, and like mid conversation, you look and there's a very like young girl walking next to you.
Step.
Not that you've never seen before, like very young looking. She has no weapons or anything, and just
Whoa, where did you come from?
all the hunters bow. Like everyone drops the knee.
Trent starts kneeling and recognizes the situation.
I said, "Sup?" And like all the yeah, you see, she raises the hand. All the hunters, I just no need. Talia, may I speak with you? And they walk away. Raina comes up, takes that like that is the Lady Artemis, and you will be respectful, or I will personally gut you.
Oh, will you make it quick?
Hey, look,
I mean,
another
I
sibling.
feel like if we do disrespect a god, we'll have
Really?
more problems than you, but thanks for the warning, I
Oh,
guess.
technically, but
You won't.
Oh, no, she's the daughter of the Roman version of
Isn't she Belladonna?
Athena, yeah.
Bellona.
Bologna.
Bologna.
She just Bologna.
Bologna?
Bologna. No. I'll say he blind. She just like,
Artemis from Polo.
God, you're so annoying, and just walks away. Like,
There's like a restaurant called Deities. Can we go into
no.
it?
Okay.
As you guys are waiting, no,
What's that
you are
restaurant
not
called?
into. Sorry, this is before you reach the urban area. This is like on the outskirts.
Thankfully not.
I was gonna make a
Um,
joke. I'll be
Not
quiet.
too long later, Talia comes back alone without the Lady Artemis. You see, she comes to you just. There's a hunt we need to partake. We're going to have to leave you here. It's only a day's journey if you can get into the urban. Like, finish your walk, you'll be able to make well before evening into like civilization, and you can find passage. But the gods have said our help is extended and done. You see, as the hunters, most hunters are like, sweet, done. Like, they like are packing up, ready to head off. Because again, like, hunting with Artemis for eternity is a fun deal. Talia pulls you into a very deep hug, gives both of you like a kiss on the forehead.
Great, now we're crying.
Yeah, it's like very like subtle tears. Like, it's that like, this is
I'm done.
family.
I'm
Elena's
I'm
full
messy
ugly crying. You don't see tears in Talia's eyes, but you like can feel them spiritually almost, right? It's like, because, and again,
She's
with
too
that
cool
insane,
to
it's like,
cry.
it's more like she's cried enough for lifetimes of sorrow.
Oh.
Like, it's hard for her to really cry anymore
That's just
because of
gonna
how
make
sad her
Elena
life has
more.
been.
Like, do you not get this, sir?
Yeah, you don't. I'm gonna make you cry. No, it's that. But again, very touching in this reading. She gives you this hug, salutes the rest of you. Just, you guys got this. Save the world. It's easy. I've done it a couple times myself.
As soon as they leave, I cast Mage Armor on myself.
They have left. You cast Mage
Can
Armor.
I grab my
cast
stick.
Spark Skin as well?
You cast Spark
so-
Skin. I will even say, now that we've ended, let's go ahead, Willow. Let's make perception checks. Again, you get them with advantage. You're actually out in nature, though advantage doesn't stack, of course.
Well, that's
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's almost a nat 20. 7 plus. What was it? Perception?
Perception.
So 7
Well,
plus
Shield of Faith only lasts 10
6,
minutes, so that's not getting
13.
cast yet.
13 is okay. Maple thankfully got an 18.
Okay.
Maple's about just no monsters. We're good.
Let's see how long it'll last.
And you guys can start traveling solo.
Let's go.
What day of the week is it?
Yes.
This is Saturday, the 19th of June.
I'm gonna travel at the head of the group so that nobody can see me crying.
Yeah, Elena, you're having a very like you've met. This is like
Allergies!
your big sister.
I hate
These stupid
allergies.
tree pollen.
Like
All
no
these cottonwoods.
trees.
Oh, there's actually
It's like
a lot of trees.
desert.
This is like
You know?
pine forest.
Oh,
like
north.
it smells wonderful. Like actually, like as you're traveling, that
smells like
fun,
Talia does.
the snap and Talia. Like actually, no, Elena. I think that's what really sets you off,
Oh,
right? Because it's like
crap.
you didn't realize it traveling with her, but now that you're on, it's like, no, it smells like her. Like you. I was.
Random question. Can I do shape water on her tears and like make them form into a ball to like hit somebody?
What?
You're stealing her tears to make a ball of ice to that hit
If you're
someone
gonna
else.
hit anyone, hit Mike
Water.
because I would love for a water ball.
I got
to
what I
go
was
to
thinking about
his-
it.
Yes, I'll allow it.
Yes,
That's
some
dope
humor.
as hell.
Let's go.
Like, Elaine's not again, you're wiping him away, flicking him out, and
Okay,
you're just
Elena,
like,
you're just
let's
like,
put
yeah.
it- I was thinking we'll put it as in like I'm trying to find a way to distract you from everything, so I will collect them and hit Mike.
You should probably say, "Hey, watch this," because I watch this.
Hey, watch this.
I love that it's always you. Like,
The thing is, though, I can control water.
yeah, like.
Yeah, like,
So it's
you
all
were
your
just
things.
So I can just
So
like,
that's what they
Can I
smell.
roll deception
You-
so that like
No, it's
Or
a full.
stealth.
You huck it, like, watch it. Mike, you hug it back, hits you square in the face, like, full on of it, like,
What?
gross, like, salt water to you, like, ugh, like,
It
you.
stings. It stings
It
the
stings
eye.
Yeah, Elena full laughing. Like, I love that. That's a great
And
interaction.
I'll
then
just
I was
quote my
going
dad
to
there.
say,
I'll be
like-
like, only one can control the water here.
Like, deep. Oh,
Full waterbender here, like.
yep.
Oh, I love
Okay,
it.
Katara.
I mean, like, not to his extent. Like, yours is nature water. His is
Yeah.
like any and all liquid, basically.
My
Is he
mother is
basically
like,
Katara?
oh, right, your mom actually.
Is he Katara?
I start making
My
Katara
mom's
jokes.
died,
Right, but I was-
okay?
Yeah, but then
No.
I look at him and
No.
I'm like, you have
Oh
to
wait,
watch
no,
me.
we're not doing that. We're not doing
We're
that.
not-
We're not doing that. We already established I'm an airbender. We don't need to go there.
Air, water,
Fireball.
earth, fireball. No.
Earth, it's a stick.
As you
I
guys travel,
can actually shape the earth.
You could shut up.
I
slap him with my stick and stick fork.
what we're gonna say is, this has been almost half the day. Again, like out of morning, you're coming up on afternoon. Willow, we're gonna make more perception checks.
As we're walking, I noticed that there's a lot of like mom and pop cafes by the name of D's. And I'm like, hey guys, what's the name of that cafe right there? It's kind of hard to read from
No
this
idea.
Maple Lurse. No, it's like Slugma, like it's that name of the restaurant.
Don't use my magic against me.
I'll use your magic against you, Trey. I've known you for a while.
Well, do you know who Candace is?
Yeah, you know they're great friends with John.
What on earth is going
What
on?
are they talking about?
Ask the question.
Don't ask the question, Maple. What'd you get for
What?
24.
What?
24?
Okay, I
It helps because
I have no clue. Okay.
Maple got a natural 4 on both
Wow.
rolls talking to Trey. No, 22. The
That's
like
true, though.
Willow, you're actually noticing again, no monsters. You are in a safe area of the woods. As you guys are coming out of the woods, coming into evening, what you find immediately is you are coming up on a town. What you find is this doesn't seem to be a big town. They've got like a Wally Mart. They've got like a small little general store. A small what you're noticing is like one of the bigger buildings seems to be like this like motel, but with like the fun little like the trees are bent into a heart and it's just like Happy Times Hotel, like
This is weird.
you know, like very podunk small town in northern Utah.
This is
So,
Yeah.
so guys.
what kind of provisions did the hunters leave us as far as food?
They left you guys. This is what, because you would have finished off unless you're still saving your mom's food. Most of the
I
rest
still
of you,
have her jam.
the jams,
Let's say by now. What did
most of all of your food
It's
will
jam.
either have been
Well, that's
eaten or has gone bad, and so it's like eating it before it. The hunters have left you all with 48-hour provisions of rations.
Yes.
So, again, not to sound dark though, it's enough to get you to Mount Tam.
Not enough.
Okay.
You're like
So-
The return journey
I
has
don't
to
think
be
there'll be enough for the
If
return
I
journey.
can pull
I
the
don't think there will be a
protector
return
card,
journey.
whatever it is in my pocket.
Yeah.
We should probably start at the general store and get things that we can eat right now and in the morning to afternoon tomorrow.
Yes, for like dinner and stuff, so that we
That
have.
way we don't just rely on the 48-hour
Lemon spread.
kids.
Maple's actually gonna pull out. It's like,
More lemon
but
spread.
how much money do we have? Because we need to get
no,
away.
because Hermes made it so that we would be able to get through all the way.
Hermes didn't say that. He said
there might
you
be
would.
more for
There might be
travel.
more for travel, and that
And
was
that was
the
the
hunters.
I have no money
Freaking
left.
semantics.
Hey guys.
He's a guy.
Hopefully I don't say this around
He's a
other
jerk.
civilians.
I
I'm
learned
like,
a cool word.
There's
There's
not a
an
lot of
ATM.
people out and about. If you were curious.
I'm like, if there's an ATM, I can pull more from my dad's account, like right now. But then we need to get on the road immediately.
So
I'm sure
I
Mike has enough
have-
for us.
Yes, I might have enough. I have 110. But
I'm
we
out
could,
of money now.
Can anybody pray and ask for money to
I feel like my mom is telling me I should rob my mortal father.
Well then, why don't we go to the store?
What a
use
way to
we
just
have-
like say that. Like my mother
so
wants
what
me to
we could
rob
do,
them.
Trent, is we could go to the store,
I mean,
use
hey,
what
I'll
we
give it a
have,
shot.
and
Okay.
then pull then on our way out.
You got
That's
it,
true.
right?
We should get everything else
Yeah, I
done
got you.
first.
Yeah, pull on your way out.
My religion again.
Like, August, can I actually pull a religion?
Dude,
for, like,
I
'cause
got
my mom
18
says to
on
be prepared.
religion.
And I'm like,
18 on religion
this
to
is
pray.
something I
yeah.
got.
Cool.
Should I roll a religion? A religion
You-
to steal from my
No. You pray and feel a definitive like, oh, there is no answer. I'm just talking in my head right now.
Oh,
That's normal.
I will say it's like a very helpful. It's not ambiguous. It's like I'm not there. No, there's no answer. Like there's no birds flying around. There's no crazy stuff. It's just
I think we're
Can I roll religion real quick?
literally.
To be like,
You
hey,
can.
mom, is this the best course of action to steal from my mortal parent?
Mm-hmm.
And
I would
slash,
say
what
this
should I
is
do?
insight rather than like religion.
No, please, I have a buff with religion. Please.
What's your buffer with
Well,
with
because religion's intelligence and I have a +1.
I have a +5 in religion.
I have a plus
All right,
one.
Trent. Go ahead and make me a
So
religious
are we
prayer to your
actually
mother,
right
seeing
now?
if robbing your
I
parents is a
It's
good idea.
infidelity.
Because I have a plan.
I have a
11.
+1 in religion.
Um.
So bad.
Oh, if you don't rob them, you'll all die. Is the conclusion you're coming to? Like, I
Okay.
need to like rob for my parents as fast as
We
possible.
don't need to rob. I have an idea.
Okay. Are we gonna scam people? Because that's what you do. Okay.
How can I help?
Is it scamming or is it working hard?
I mean,
I think it's scamming.
I'm just that's like
I
a
don't think
full
work
like
has
Butch
anything
quote
to
that you
do
picked up
Yeah,
from me.
yeah.
Like, it's a
And so
scam that you're working hard, kid.
Yeah, and
Like,
then Trent is just like,
I'm an honest
no,
man.
the
I
technical
work
definition
honestly,
is
even if
scamming.
people don't think
Yeah,
I'm
I think-
honest. Like,
I
yeah.
think Archie could do some good busking with some magic tricks.
Dude,
So-
I can
Actually-
literally just grab whatever we need and then like
But
just
they might just
out of
call
the
you a
store.
witch,
So here was my thought.
You know.
Thinking back to when we were in the food court and I like just made it happen.
Yeah.
I want to find some like lady, some dude that's like old enough to be my parent, and just yell something like, "Help! Help! Don't hit me again!" And then dip. And as the employees are going to see what's happening, just grab what I need and leave.
Oh my gosh, Nick! What kind of upbringing have you had?
Trent's looking like,
Hey,
that's
no,
actually a
who
very
are you
sound plan.
marrying?
I say go with it.
It's beautiful.
No, because it's emotional manipulation to the employees, and they're not going to focus on what's being stolen.
Me and Elena just won't be in
As
the
you-
store.
No, you
As-
need to be in the store because we all need to steal as much
Here's
as we
how
can while
this
we're
goes.
distracted.
You
As
snag
you
stuff
are
for us.
all-
As a rule, we will not be involved in
All
this.
of you guys are arguing outside the store, right? Like, do we buy tickets now? No, we'll buy tickets now. Don't rob your parents, do everything. All of you here, don't hit me. You look inside, see Mike, like, cowering from a random couple who's like, what? And, like, running off immediately. Employees are coming, like, hey, yo, are we going to have to call child protection? And, like, a few minutes later, Mike, you come out with, like, grocery bags of, like, Insta-meals and, like, little things. Definitely enough for the night and the morning, yes.
Okay,
You gotta go,
my
guys.
turn. No, I just turned to and go, my turn. Walk in. I'm gonna get a shopping cart. I'm just gonna like grab stuff and then I'll go to like a corner of the like
Are you just gonna like shadow travel it
yeah,
out?
and just platform 9 3/4 out.
Go ahead, still make me a con check. I want to, because if you not won this, it's gotta be
Banquet.
They start from Demigods and Deities
That
and
is a
now become a
dirty 20.
dirty 20. You're fine. I have
Hey,
to
if
say,
you're in there, can you
the
grab me a
point of
coupon?
inspiration has to go to Mike for once again. Like this is, it's like you're using a skill. That's
This is
smart,
beautiful.
but that was like an insane like. It would work on me
great.
because like again like it's one of those like
Here's the
that's
thing, though.
not even like funny how well that honestly could work in real life.
Hey, you're-
Don't do this, kids. Like
Okay, hold on, one quick second. So Archie like shadow traveling back out, he made me remember as Lee like, wait, you can do that. So like, he could theoretically like shadow travel my dad away, right? When we show up.
Oh yeah.
So please
Can
can that
you
be
put
the
him in a
plan?
safe spot?
Like,
that's actually
when someone
I
said
love
you
that.
can steal
As you
his
guys
car,
are robbing
I
this
can't
general
go that
store
far.
blind, like
Oh, he's
that's a
like, wait, he can
full
do
like.
that.
Oh, and I'll say, yeah, definitely moving down the street,
At
right?
least can move.
Hey, and we have a shopping cart now.
You got a shopping cart now.
Can I sit in it?
Completely homeless now.
Your look.
Hey,
yeah.
can I say something?
We
I
fit
turned to Mike, and I'm like, Mike, you were good, but your form is wrong.
You are not. I'm not allowed. No,
No,
like
okay.
the store's on high alert because again, like it's not long to go. Hey, where'd that kid go? That's being beaten,
No, I'm-
right? Like no, there's.
I look at Mike. I'm like, that's a joke because my parents used to hit me.
So,
maybe
like-
we shouldn't introduce.
Yo, Trey.
Yeah, I talked about this.
I used to hit me
Yo.
when I was a kid.
As you guys, you are heading down the street. Is anyone trying to
You
figure out
really just like the
passage or like?
Yeah, we'll be in charge of that.
Yeah,
Cool.
Elise, you want to help us?
Can you
I mean,
both
like, it
give
wasn't
me?
a lot, but
And I'll
so
say
I-
Willow, you would probably need to because you're the head. Can the three of you
At
give
this
me?
point, I think I would have like both of you off this like.
Oh, what's this gonna be? It's a
serious.
survival check.
Okay.
We're gonna say it's like survival to figure out like
Do you
where to
really
go.
not?
Is there a
Can't
bus? Is
afford
there a
anything.
car? Is there like
No, it's
train?
I only
Like
got a
oh.
16.
16.
I'm just thrifty.
I got a 5.
5.
What the hell?
Go ahead and make a survival check for me, Willow.
Oh,
for
sorry,
transportation.
I'm
Oh,
yelling
you're.
at my husband.
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
Can I give help because I'm helping like? the
No,
others?
You guys
you
are
wanna
survival.
help?
15.
15. So
I
that's
got
two,
16.
15 and 16. You guys are able to find what looks to be a bus depot.
Okay.
Here's what you're finding, though. Right now, this is the evening of the 19th on Saturday. What you guys are finding is with this bus, with like, okay, when's it coming? Like, how do we like order tickets? You can order tickets before you go. Like, it's not you have to reserve it so the bus comes. So that's not a problem, right? You can like grab a bunch of cash before heading out of
I
town.
would like to do that.
But the problem is, on a 15-16, the bus leaves in the morning on the 20th. So like a good 10 hours from, or like 12 hours, right? It's like in the morning at 8 a.m. It's only like
Could we hotwire a car?
7:30, like here.
I have a question.
There's not a lot of cars here though, because again, small town, any vehicles are either being driven by someone or at someone's house.
There has to be like a Mormon wagon in the parking lot.
No.
I mean,
Yes.
to be
So,
honest,
how far
yes.
out are we from Salt Lake? Because I do know that Salt Lake has like that tram system. I don't know how late it
Front
runs.
runner.
Yeah,
So
the front runner.
here's
If
what
we're
this
like, if we're like Logan Far, we
To
may not
get-
be able
so
to get
here's
the
what I'm
tram,
giving
but
you.
if we're like Ogden
In
Far, we
like
can get the
Logan
tram
to
somewhere.
get here's
Yeah.
like how this bus is working. This is what on 15-16. I'll explain it better. This is like a bus to take you down, to then a bus to take you into San Francisco. Like it's a joint. Like I'm about to tell you like the money, but it's like it will get us there and then there. There's no like actual way to cut straight across Nevada. But it's like, yes, this is that fast. It will take, in the morning on the 8th, it will take almost 18 hours.
If we were to get a car, how long would it take us to drive?
There's a rent-a-car place.
Which we can then
Mike
hotwire.
has-
I
we
look at
have
Mike.
enough money between like Mike and
Yeah.
stealing out of your dad's account that we would have enough to rent a car. For
But
48
does
hours.
any one of us look 25? I know you are.
I can use magic.
Oh my gosh, you
I'm
could make her look
assuming
old.
That I would have some kind of ID on me that would actually have
Probably.
my data.
Here's what I'm going to say. Go ahead and give me an insight check on this plan. Because there's some stuff that you could learn.
Can I give help because it's insane.
I'll say Maple will be able to give the help action. Trent, not all. This, because like you're not a protect. You've never done this before. This is a
Better.
That's better.
What was it for reception?
Insight.
insight.
Inside. Where is my? Well, there it is. Wow. 13.
13. There's two things here. Getting a car, you are stealing a car. That puts you on a like police report. Like then they're looking for stolen
No,
vehicles.
she was saying
Yes,
Rent a
matching
car.
and renting a car. You don't think any of you could successfully rent one, even though you're old enough. You don't have an old ID with you, if that makes sense, right? Like there's no, because again,
I
it's
feel
hard
like she
as a
would have
dryad
that.
to like get a state issued
I'm
ID.
a dryad.
This isn't like a
Yeah,
human
okay.
26 that looks 11. Because again, the point is, like, and you know this being a protector, having done this, it's kind of like part of the quest is it can't be that easy. If you were to somehow rent or steal a car, some of the other things you're looking at is gas can get much more expensive. And the other thing is, you could then take like back roads across Nevada down and in. You're then going through back open roads with 7 demigods.
No.
Yeah,
Possibly
that's-
go wrong.
You're
Yeah, right.
like you won't be
That's
able
a
to move,
recipe for
even though
death.
you'll move fast in a car. It's like as fast as you be going in a bus, you have a much better chance of like avoiding trouble. Whereas in a car, it's the same. Like if you guys wanted to like 3-day journey on your own, there's a lot of that can come with it. So that's why it's like it's a choice that you guys would have to make of. Yeah, you could do it, but like,
Is it worth doing
is it worth
long
it?
enough
Like,
to get into SLC and then take advantage of the public transportation?
I would say definitely no. Like it's there's no like
no reason
for
to
the
go into
the
something.
risk does not equal the reward of like a 1 hour, 1.5 hour trip just down to like the capital Salt Lake itself. Because then it's like cool, we're there and we're going. If that makes sense.
Is there a possibility of grand theft horse?
Oh my gosh, we're in the country.
No, there are no
No.
horses. No.
Wait, didn't you say you could change appearance?
I can not
Actually,
disguise
August.
self, kind of way
There's
that I
also
can
ways
there's a
to
wild
use
look
you
illusion
wear
magic.
glasses, and like if you
Right
pull your
now.
hair
I made
up,
the
you'll
check-
look
no,
like
there's-
cooler than you do.
Okay.
This
Wait,
is-
psychological trick.
Hear me out.
No, like I made a check for horses in general. Like I know that's a weird check, but I'm like, no, there's no. You're
I
not.
do want to say, because
Here's
those
what I would say,
psychological
too.
tricks,
How
like, if you
great
put your hair
are
up and you put
all of
glasses
your
on,
animal handling
you,
checks?
Like it makes people look older than they are.
Decent.
Okay, question.
Plus
If-
one.
I have a plus 0
Here's
animal
a-
handle.
Okay. How far is it to? Oh, okay. I need to ask one logistical question before I'm just making all these.
You're good. Yeah, no, it's like there's a lot of planning. Yes.
Okay,
Dad
so
have-
where exactly are we going to get
Hold
to
up.
the
Dad
bus
got
that goes straight to
connections.
San Fran?
That's exactly.
Once you get into Salt Lake City,
So we need to get into Salt Lake. That's what you're saying.
once you get in Salt Lake, you're straight shotting.
So
But
how
the
What if we go
next-
to the one of the
Yeah.
identical
How long is
buildings?
the walk versus how long is the drive to Salt Lake?
The drive is going to be maybe an hour and a half.
Okay.
A walk would be like walking through the night.
Okay. So
See if we can get any connection
would
with Air Force
there
Base.
be
I just
any?
fly
I mean, you probably already
Either-
answered this question. I'm just gonna
either that
re-ask it
or
because I don't think I was
seriously,
listening.
You're good. Yeah.
Would there be any valor? Any worth?
I am also going to say this. This is based off of the 15 and 16. Like, there's not a lot you can like try to shenander your way
Alexia
because it's
has
like
an
you
idea.
have made the check for what's the best option.
Alexia
This is
has
what I'm
an
giving you off of it. Yes, you can think of things, but it's like I can't give you definitive answers because it's like this was the natural like you already made the check, and so I'm trying to honor like these checks.
Do
But
we know if there's a bus leaving in Salt Lake in like an hour and a half?
if Trent were to hook
If
up
I
to
could hook up to an
Wi-Fi,
Wi-Fi, I could
Because if
search
there
it.
was, then waiting not until the morning might be a better option. That we were on the road to San Francisco earlier, so I would feel like just
Should I do
going
that?
to Salt Lake would be a better
It's
option.
just-
Let's go to the
Um,
library.
finding the closest like port, like any sort of internet to load up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Public
And then
library,
second thought, if
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Archibald were able to make me look older because he's
It's
a
Archie.
illusion magic.
Archibald?
It's
Archimedes.
Archimedes.
Call him Archibald. It's funny.
Okay, first of all, you don't even know if I'm a demigod or not, and then you don't even know my name.
Hey,
No,
August,
it's funny. Hi, Archibald.
can we make a check to see if Dad has any connections with like
I see.
any Air Force people or like Hill Air
Mm.
Force Base
Oh.
who has a private plane that could just fly us really low?
And if not, our grandpa is a senator.
Where does that come from?
I have. Well, okay,
Right,
that's
right.
smart.
Have any
I'm having to
mafia
make a
connections?
Actually, yeah, no, that's true.
I don't
If
know
we're all
how
dropping
I feel about going
backstories.
in the air though.
to give you the insight in my mind. There's two things, because yes, it's like in the air may not be good for two of your party members.
Okay.
Even like, because again, it's any air travel. You're running a risk. The other thing is dealing with that starts playing into your literal father, and that could look like help
Okay.
from
then
other gods.
Our
And so I'm
mom's
trying
dad-
to decide, it's like, would other gods like call it out, and then would other gods call it like, especially your, but like, oh, they're in your domain, huh? Like that kind of vibe.
Oh,
like,
that's right.
Well,
No,
August,
no, we're not quite done. Yeah, our mom's dad is a senator.
Could you?
I don't want to fly.
Grandpa.
I
So
like
we can do
living.
something else. Like we could just.
Look, I like living.
We're not gonna fly.
Could you iris message
There's a
your
lot
mom
in my
and see if
mom's
there's any
face,
connections
not
out
my
here
mom-
that could ride
Mom,
us?
but
That's
my
what
mortal
we're trying to
mom's
figure out.
vacation account to buy a car. And you don't have to be a certain age to. Well, I mean, you have to be 18. You could try and pull off 18.
I mean, if you make me look
You would
older.
need some form of identification.
There's no
Illusion
car
magic.
dealership.
Could we
Even
make,
this
like,
is
there's
not
no
a
backwater
this is not a
dealership?
big town for
Are
cars.
there any
Like
cars on the side of the road that say 3,000
only things
cash?
no. Like this is not your. Again, maybe I'll try to help explain. This is not even like a small town. This is like a there are people
Hey babe,
to that extent.
could we make like a religion check for Pegasi or something?
That's a
Okay,
straight
so
animal
flying.
handling check,
Okay,
and you
So we're
could,
just trying to get
but
to Salt Lake.
you're trying to get Salt Lake. I mean, if
when
you-
does the next bus leave?
the next bus
In
leaves at
10
8
hours.
a.m.
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Okay.
That's too much time.
Yes. So,
How much think we had enough money for an Uber?
Could we Uber down to Salt Lake?
Oh, we definitely have enough money
I
for
don't
an
think we
Uber.
could
How
all fit
would
in
we
the
be
same
able
car.
to get a connection
Why
to
would
an
you
Uber?
say
We
that,
have
Mike?
no technology.
there is a
Wait,
public
yeah.
library.
Well, no. So, fun fact: the closest library is it's like with the motel.
So
Like what you guys
there's-
could find is there's no like big like oh here's the Dirtwater Town Library. It's like there's internet and computer that Trent can hook up at the library
Or
here.
what we could do is have the person who looks the oldest go up to an employee and be like, I'm so sorry, but my phone is dead.
I have a
need
scar."
to make a call. Can I please use your phone? I'll say right here so you can hear me. Like, okay, this is just me saying that because I have done this for years because we didn't have a phone, so I was very used to going up to people and asking to borrow
You just
their
kind of like, yeah, my phone's dead. Can I just use it? Yeah.
Super easy.
There we go.
You good?
Okay, I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make Willow look a little older. Just like
Okay.
Am
a
I
little
wearing
more
somebody's
mature.
glasses?
Give her my
Actually,
glasses.
Lines, Archie's glasses. Yes. I wish I could change that
I
as
have a
fast.
tiny
as
And,
piece of rope. Do you want to like tie up your hair? Okay.
And
Oh, it already
now
is tight.
I am
I like it.
basically blind.
You're fine.
You can
How many
just
fingers
go
am I
in
holding up?
your help puppy.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I have to. Is Trent going to hook up at all for the iPad plan?
Yes.
Do you still want? Because this would be
To
a
do
chance to
research
update
of what leaves from Salt Lake.
what leaves from Salt Lake
Okay.
and
Give me a
when.
stick.
What?
Give me a stick.
Why?
Because I'm basically blind.
That's fine.
Ember just nuzzles into you as you're seeing eye dog.
Oh,
Literal
like that.
seeing
Yeah,
eye
you put it
dog.
in stick form. I thought you were gonna.
There
stick
you
this
go.
here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dude, clarification.
Willow, are you doing okay? These are like
Your
two
girlfriend
kinds at once.
literally
I'll say,
snipes.
Trent, you can hop into the motel on your own
Mhm.
if you
Yeah.
want to.
I would go with her.
You want to go with? Cool. You've got the president. I love this plan. This is really fun. Where do you want to go to try to talk to someone to get a phone?
That's where we were doing
Because
that.
the more people are going to be in the general store, you get the vibe like that's like, hey, like, well, especially, and they didn't see your faces again, thanks to these two. Like, it's only these two that shouldn't go near.
So
You
you
have
should go
the
into
option.
motel.
You can go in, and there's a lot of adults
No,
where you could
he's
get
talking
pretty
about the
lucky
store.
in getting a.
Question. Guys, do we want to see if we can get a car? I have charm person.
Please. I'll get money because if we pull an ATM here instead of Salt Lake, then it'd be easier
I
for
don't
my
know.
parents
That's
to
a
be
good
like,
idea.
what
We don't want the
happened?
cops on our tail.
How long does charm person last?
I don't know.
Can you charm
I
a
think
person
it's
to borrow
usually
their
like
car
10
and be
I
like,
know.
we'll bring it back, and then we don't.
You want me
Okay,
to
so
tell?
let's go. It's like we cannot wait for the bus, right? Like that'll get us there too late.
It's not that, but I am concerned that we want to get there as soon as we can.
Yeah.
It's most likely that if we get there before this bus would leave,
Charm
we're gonna have more
person
time to
is
figure
an
it out.
hour if you're curious. Oh, I almost said 2 hours, but
You-
that
you-
didn't sound right.
You said that Salt Lake is like an hour and a half away.
So
Hour
you
and a
can
half.
cast it twice.
Well, no, we're not going to take the
We're not
person
gonna
with
take
us.
a
That's
hostage.
kidnapping.
Oh.
we're
So we
gonna
don't want
take
to take that.
That's like no, that's full like Archie.
That's
Trent, that's
Trent.
kidnapping.
No, that's trying being like, oh, well, we just cast it again.
You do what my parents do. You just grab a person, have a ride along for insurance, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't everyone?
Again, can we?
Yeah,
all,
in a weird way, Trent
Can we
literally
all
like
fit in
we
one
just
car,
bring
though?
him
Like,
as
there's so
insurance.
many-
It needs to be like
There
a full
are
van.
8 of
Yeah.
you. Yeah, you'd have to get a van. That's
you're
also
not
the
gonna
to
problem.
teach you about something called consent.
You're looking and nodding at me as if something is wrong with my family.
Yes.
Yes.
Huh.
So okay.
My
I
dad
just-
is god of the dead.
Uh-huh.
Are
There's
you
something wrong
going?
with your family.
What, Willow, what do you want to do?
I mean,
Being the senior protector, you actually get
You
a
know
final
how
say.
those people took my dad, and that's really not a good thing.
Uh-huh.
That would be us doing the same thing to somebody else.
Oh.
And that is
Oh.
something your dad would do.
Oh. Trent's having a not okay
But
night.
it's okay, Trent, because
Oh.
you're not that.
I'm gonna say,
Oh.
let's cut. You can decide.
He was suggesting
Trent
that
and
we do
Archie,
that.
you guys head into this little to like hook up. Inside, it's like think like a pine lodge, like wooden floors, wooden
Yeah.
beams. Like it's a lot of wood. There's the animal and deer heads on the walls.
Can you download the Godfather
Uh,
over there?
So could we charm person someone into letting us rent a car? Like keep them charmed while they fill out
Maybe.
all the forms and everything,
Let's
and
do
we'll
that.
put down fake
We can do
What
that
I'm
for
about
us,
to do,
but
though,
I'm
is-
gonna get information for Salt Lake, and then we
Yes.
gotta run.
As you guys are going in, just to do this, there is a fun he looks like the dude on the brawny toilet paper paper towel. This dude beard, red and black plaid shirt, suspenders, beanie hat. Just hi kids, what can I do you for?
I gotta hook up to the internet if that's okay. I kind of like an old
Internet,
iPad.
internet. Is that the
Do you have an
thing
Ethernet?
that you
You
catch
know-
fish with?
No, it's...
I'm Josh, and yeah, I'm Josh. Of course I know about computers. Come on back.
Thanks, sir.
He takes you to a small little...
I'm going to whisper.
You're
to her.
very blind still. I'm saying like
But
she's
no,
got...
I can look through
Oh,
my
yeah,
dog.
through Ember. Okay, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm looking through my dog.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna like monster vibes right now. So just be prepared.
I thought it was nice.
I don't trust anyone.
He signs into the computer, does
Okay.
a little log, and it's just like, yep, we do have an hour policy, so like, no
Shouldn't
crazy.
take me more than
Hey,
10 minutes.
don't look up any adult stuff. Unless you call me first, you know what I'm saying? I'm kidding. Please don't do that. Please don't.
Okay, so I'm gonna look like I'm looking at the computer, but Ember is looking
Like,
at
yes,
our
it's
back,
good he was
like
joking.
watching our backs, and I'm like,
Immediately, as soon as I'm and then I'm like downloading, like I'm taking screenshots
Quick
to
downloads.
throw onto my
Yes.
iPad, like leaving trains, buses from Salt Lake City to San Francisco.
This dude, like, he's like polite enough to like not watch, but just like,
But
it's
in
like,
case if he does watch, I have a tab open that says funny meme Sonic.
well, it's like no, but like
Nice.
enough to be
I
like,
don't know.
so you guys traveling through? You got a lot of maps. You got a lot of memes.
Yeah.
Kids like those memes things.
Yeah. We're just, getting some more information. Because, again, iPad, kind of old, can't connect Wi-Fi.
yeah, we don't have a hotspot.
So I have to connect in through the cord. You know?
You're good.
Yeah.
You see, he's just got like cleaning supplies that he's just going around. We'll cut back to you guys. You guys are having fun.
Is it still worth making a call to our grandpa then?
You could, yeah, like it's like if you get a
Because
call
we're
out,
already
and
sending up a
you
signal
could
anyway.
get something, right? Yeah, like eventually you're gonna get us. I mean, you don't have much longer after getting on the internet. And if you're gonna try to get money, and if you call, like, it could be that, like,
So
if we're
should
just
we
doing
call
it and go.
Grandma directly, or should we call mom?
Let's see if we can get a hold of Grandpa.
Okay.
Go ahead, give me Willow. We'll still say you're the one doing it because you got the like whole get up. This is going to be deception with advantage, because very successfully people have done a lot of stuff.
Deception?
Yes,
15.
15. Pretty good.
It wasn't at 1 before.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for the advantage.
You are able to go in and like. It's like you don't think like you see yourself in reflection. You don't look like even yourself old enough to adult, but at least like teenager where it's like, hi, can I borrow a phone? Like, just quick, like, I and my friends, we just need to call someone. And yes, like one of the store clerks is like, oh, sure, we've got our store phone, like a landline you can use, and you can get Elena and you can both make a call.
Okay, cool. Okay, is there a rent? Like, we never really covered this. Is there a rental car, like anything around? that we
No,
can-
yeah, like
okay, so
currently
it
here.
would be a straight like charm to steal the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
How
do
far?
it with
How far
the
do
ones.
we are?
And then we
Yeah,
leave the
no.
car with a bunch
That's
of
why
money
we
in
didn't
Salt
go
Lake.
over.
Yeah.
Because then the cops will find it in Salt Lake, there'll be money in it, and like a little note, we're sorry, we needed a ride.
Fun fact, that's still legal, but like,
me up.
nice sentiment.
Yeah.
Yes. Are
Just
you
borrow.
calling your dad?
We're just
Yes.
borrowing.
Yep.
Awesome. On the first complete ring through, you go to the number you've reached is unavailable. Goodbye. Like, because no voicemail. I mean, being high up, you don't have voicemails as a sender because if people get your
That's
number, you
separate.
don't want
Separate.
stuff being sent to you. Yeah, right.
This is his personal number, though, not his.
Exactly. No, I'm saying even with the person. Again,
It
like,
just says, like,
fun fact, you
available.
don't want voicemails because if that's leaked,
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Maybe.
personal numbers. Yeah.
yeah. So it's,
Then we'll call
You
mom.
also don't want to save
you
stuff
want
to
to
your
call mom?
email.
Yeah.
Cool. After a couple rings, the phone picks up, and you hear your mom. Hello,
Hi, mom.
Elena. Is that you, darling?
Yeah.
Oh my!
And Alexis
Instant
here, too.
sob.
Hi,
You hear
Mom.
just dirty sobs.
No,
Like,
mom. You gotta cry later. Okay?
I'm sorry. Okay.
It's okay. So we have a question. We need help to get a ride to Salt Lake City. We're in a little gas stop.
Salt Lake City. What's going on?
It's okay, Mom. We're taking care of things. It's okay. But we need you to maybe use your dad's connections. We need a car or something to get to Salt Lake.
Okay. And you can give her the name of the town. The town's on
Thank
Uh,
you.
I didn't
Brown
really
City.
say.
Like, and
Logan.
we need a car. We cannot
Logden.
fly.
It's
No
neither
flying.
Logan or Ogden. It's
No
Logden.
flying. No flying.
No
Thanks.
flying.
In between.
Some sort of car. You said, sure, honey. if you want to stay on the phone, I'll go. I'll talk to Grandpa. Give me a moment.
Cool. We can only stay on the phone for like another minute.
Oh gosh, can you call me back then in like 15 to? Because I can't just immediately talk.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. What else are you downloading?
Okay, so
That's a good idea.
first, so I've gotten all the stuff I need for Greyhounds,
Look
buses.
up people but
everything
bigger
going on.
on your Athena tech.
That is not how this works.
Hey, Zeus goes big.
Actually,
Yep.
what I'm looking and downloading is for every form of mythology that exists. But, downloading any and all myths they have about boxes. So obviously there's Pandora's Pythos.
Oh, I'm like
Any
boxes?
other
Is this
mythologies,
ADHD
religions.
kicking in?
Gotcha.
Like,
Yeah, so the
Gotcha.
box.
He really likes it.
I just
You're
feel
doing
like
this.
In it says something needs to be sealed again with a AKA box. It could be. Your thing is kind of like Oriental in
gosh.
origin, so maybe other mythologies. You
It's
know.
not a bad idea. No, it's clever.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I don't have a lot of time left, and so I have to. Is there an ATM around here somewhere? Like near the.
You're like figuring out like quick. Yes, there's an ATM like way up the road.
Are we able to leave?
You are. I'm actually gonna.
Yes.
Yeah, this dude.
And then
with
at
his
the very,
cleaning
very
supplies,
end, I look up.
You're seeing
two
through
voices.
Ember's eyes, right? You're watching this dude just clean, and he's cleaning, and he puts away cleaning supplies. As
Also, I look
I'm
up
gonna
stuff to
say,
do
I
in
did
San
roll in that one.
Francisco
On his cleaning
and
supplies,
transport
he
them.
full on drops them all on the floor, just like, oh shit, all right, let's. I'm sorry. Can you grab the bottle there?
Yes.
Where,
Just
the Barbasol, the
I
Barbasol.
start like with
Sorry,
the stick.
he's a little bit. I can help, sir.
Thank you. As you're going
I do
through,
want to let you know I did also look up transportation to the mountain from San Francisco because it's probably just not a walk.
That you should.
Yes,
put that in the
okay.
group chat.
You
So
see,
like I am. Like
and
my
he's
mother
making
said,
that point like,
I am being prepared.
he's like, did you get all the help you need? You good?
Yeah, no, we're pretty much done. But thank
Yeah.
you so
Do you
much.
guys use that Yelp? You can Yelp us.
Yeah, hey, here, I go onto Yelp, I find the thing, and I give a 5-star review. Thanks for lending a
Ember is just growling.
I have to pause. As you pause, your sight goes as Ember's gone.
Shite.
I just-
Immediately, you two black out as you have been surprised as you were on Yelp.
What?
You! I was ready for this.
You guys, do you call back in 15 minutes?
Yes.
Cool. You call back after just a few rings. Hi. Okay. Yeah, I got to town. There can be a driver there in about like 45 minutes. Your dad was saying it was a little hard to explain to Grandpa, but you know, I mean, but yeah,
Thanks so much, Mom.
Awesome. Thanks, Mom.
it's okay. Hey, I love you.
We love you
Love
too.
you. Stay safe.
Of course.
Okay.
You
You
We'll
guys-
say hi if we see Dad.
You guys come out.
If, we should say when.
Or say like you three. I'll say you and Lee were probably like in the street, but like maybe off an alleyway. Because again, like
Yeah.
there is still clerks guard. Has anyone seen an abused child? You know, just like let's not be out and about. And you are able to come out and all
Okay,
five
so
of you
we've
meet
got
up.
45 minutes until our car
Okay,
arrives.
let's go get our two people's.
Yeah, let's get everyone.
Yep.
Cool. You guys enter
damsels in
the
distress.
the motel. You are seeing all the
That's
things.
like damsel.
And this dude, very bright. He has a little name tag. Most of you can't
Can
read.
I, like, roll perception so I can smell, see if
Yeah,
it's-
this and outside
There we
still
go.
with still with advantage. Maple definitely will do this as well. Maple got a 4 even with advantage. Wow.
I got
So it's still a 10, but yikes.
11.
11. He smells human. Is what you're getting. Like this is like
He smelled human too.
pine and human. Everything. And Maple's like no
Take
guard.
your sniffers off. I mean,
What you're
Willow.
noticing, Willow, is his name is like Mr. Silas, and it's just like, oh, okay, a bunch of kiddos. What can I do you for?
I was actually trying to hook into the computer network.
You need
I
computers.
to download a couple things.
No way, a bunch of kids were in here asking about computers. You need some?
Did they? Yeah. Did they?
He can
already
lead
take
you
off?
back, shows you. No one's in this small little like computerish lab. It's not even a computer lab. It's like 2 like old box computers.
Gotcha.
Just like, yeah, I'll sign you in. He signs everything.
Where's our friends? Because the kids who came in here earlier were part of our group.
Oh, those two were with you.
Yeah.
They're dead.
Oh, let's see. Now that's interesting, but I guess it makes it a challenge because you see, they're helping me out with a little experiment out back.
Can I get my
Oh, no,
sword
this is just the mortal
out?
You can get swords out. He just, ho, now, I'll warn you, if you kill me, they will die.
What,
now.
What happened to our friends? What are you doing with them?
Well, I don't think you really need the computer. Come on back.
Oh, he's so creepy, guys.
He pulls you. You head out back past the motel. What you see is in the distance, Archie and Trent are knocked out. Their hands are strung up with ropes and chains, and 2 pine trees each have been bent down
Oh!
and held
Shadowed it with
with
the stupid.
Oh my gosh!
are bent down. He's just like, now they're not gonna loosen unless I do something. But if you kill me, the spell will just break, and whoo, you might lose your friend. I didn't know they were your friends. Oh, that's wonderful. Small world, right?
I am going to cast Charm Person on him to convince him to release them.
Charm person does nothing. Oh, no! Missy, you're in my lair. You can't just come into a man's home and try to charm him. But I'm flattered, really.
We ain't got time for this.
I know you don't have time. They were doing some crazy... You're trying to get somewhere. Well, now, this is curious. Because I got a little ping earlier about a bunch of demigods. I didn't think it was those 2. I thought I would just, hey, a couple half-bloods to help me with my quest. But no, I think you're the ones I was told about.
What do you want?
Mr. Sinus at your service. You 5, go ahead and make a history check if you want.
Can I wake up?
No, you guys are out.
Shit, it's you.
16.
I was ready to shout
That's a
trouble
9.
out of there.
8.
8,
7.
16. And Mike?
11.
11.
What?
Maple can make a roll too.
What did she get?
17, not
how,
bad.
how is Maple reacting to this? I say he's trying to pass out.
You don't know, Trent. Maple leans to you just, Theseus. It's Theseus.
Okay, so I got a 16. Can I have?
Now, let's see here. You see,
No, wait. I got a 16. So do I have any does that
something dealing with the myth of Theseus?
Duh! I'm
It's
dumb.
not high enough. It's not high enough. These are obscure myths, but I love it. You see, just now, I'm a generous guy. Unfortunately, I am bound
Now
by
I
this
get an
contract I got. So, I don't want to just kill you outright, but I to be fair, I'm just supposed to slow you down, you know?
Get to the point.
The point being, I want to know which of you is strongest. What you guys are noticing, being outside, this dude has a lot of built-up muscle underneath this flannel and plaid. Like, he is very, very strong. And he just... Now, I just need some help because I've always wanted to know if someone can help me pull
What is
down
your athletics?
this. You
Like-
look off to
No, your
the
athletics.
right side of the
Athletics, I
clearing.
have advantage.
Not close
I don't
enough.
have advantage, but I have a plus 7.
Shh, you're gonna want to hear this, sir.
Yes.
Oh, the
And
plus
Trent,
5,
shush you.
6,
You're out.
6,
I have to say, please,
Yes.
you're out. You see a giant,
That's what you got.
giant pine tree.
It's our proficiency.
And just, now, I'm a big guy, but I want to know if one of you can help me get it all the way to the ground. Bend it down. It's a challenge for me.
I can give it a shot.
Oh, big strapping lad. Let me ask, who's your pa or ma?
Why does that matter?
Well, I'm a curious man.
Yeah, I guess what we're curious too. Why do you need to have the tree to the ground?
We've had a lot happen to us.
You see,
roll like an insight or something. 'Cause
I will
feel
give
like
it in a
this is
second.
trap somehow.
I will
Like,
give it in a
what
second.
happens
Just
with
get it's
the
like,
fruit of the tree?
I am a strong man. As you can see, I can bend pines really
And
well.
you think that 12-year-olds are gonna be stronger?
You'd be surprised. You ever met Hercules? Damn, that son could bend a pine. Now, I've never been able to get it all the way to the ground, and if you can get it with me, your friends can go free.
Okay, so genuine question. I've got a plus 8 to athletics. He's got
I
he can pull, the drag, everything double.
Yeah.
So
You double.
would he probably be
You
stronger?
might be the strongest.
I have an
Here's
18
what I
to
will
strength
say.
and plus 7 to athletics.
I'm
I've
gonna
got a
say
28
anyone who
plus
wants
8.
can roll an insight into
To
this.
figure out what the trap is.
I got a 20. So
I also got a nat 20.
Son of a bitch!
Alexa got a 1. I'll do it.
I got a 6!
I'll do it.
Okay, nat 20. What's the trap?
yes.
Here's what I will say, and this is in your head, what you guys can realize. The myth of Theseus, it finally triggers you, and you with it, when Theseus was traveling across the land to Athens, he encountered a lot of people. He encountered Procrustes, a man who stretched victims or cut them up. He also encountered a man named Sinus, who would famously trick people into bending pines. He would let go and fling the opponents, or sometimes rip them apart with the pines.
I forgot.
You two know there's these things. I won't say, you don't have to say it out loud, especially because he can hear everything right now. You get a strong feel. Whoever helps him get the pines as close they can to the ground is gonna go flying, and
Elena can fly though.
you can't.
Yes! I got twin speak with the Alexi.
So I'm gonna
Twin
tell
speak.
him real quick. Twin speak, yeah. I'm gonna tell him.
He can't speak twin speak.
No, he can't.
It may be a language, but he can't speak it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna tell Lexi, dude, I've gotta do this then. I can fly. It's okay.
You're the safe one.
So I'm just gonna like bulge my biceps like,
Are
I
you?
can do
So
this.
I will say,
And
you both
obviously,
are
like,
bicep.
Lee doesn't understand twin speak, but she's gonna like share that nod with you of she knows
Yeah,
what you can do
super
and she
subtle.
knows.
You
Yeah,
guys
this is
have.
like in freaking Jabba's palace of everyone just.
Yeah, literally. That's the
I
best
will give you
analogy.
this. You got that. You can fly. You won't. You might go far, but you will be fine. Here's what I have to say though. Is there anything else you're planning? Because
they're doing that.
Sinus has said, and you're getting like Willow. You know he's backing up something about this is his his turf. Magic isn't working great, and if he dies, you get a sickening feeling what could happen with the pines.
Okay.
So my question is like,
Oh, because we're tied up to the pines right now.
You two are like
sick.
that's your insurance
Very
now.
sick.
It was gonna be
So
a
you
bit
go
of a
flying,
challenge
I will-
too, but it's now this bad.
No, it's gonna be
so it's like if we then do what he wants and Elena does that, is do we trust like he will just let them go, or is like do we need to do something to save
I
them?
will give where you're not 20. You figured out not only and well that was just brilliance on your part, line of like I can fly. It's you figured out the myth and the trap. Part of yours is what I will say. He will. It's like that metagame. He'll be surprised. You'll get a surprise round. Sinus is not expecting a flying demigod because you haven't told him your parentage, which is smart. So it's a, hey, like, it's like you will get only a round of surprise. And Will, yes, what's your question?
So, are these trees being magically bent, or are they just bent out of sheer force?
I'll give this. This is actually free as a druid. You and Maple knows it. The trees are forced down. The magic is coming with the bindings.
So, I have very interesting plant powers.
Ooh.
I was wondering if there's a way, are they chained? If there's a way to get plants, like to use the trees to our advantage to get like roots, like branches in there to break the chains.
That would be an intense thing that would help during a surprise round. Like, it's that, like, this is like, you don't know their plan, unfortunately. What you can think, though, is how fast could they break before someone noticed, and how fast could they do it, if that makes sense. Because it's kind of like a strength check normally, but, helps because it's magic. Yes, Archie.
So if someone were to, like, theoretically cut our bonds, would we then go wee? Or would we just kind of drop
The
and-
bonds, to give you the good picture, your hands are shackled with not only chains, but also rope. The chains are wrapped around your hands with like bolts and stuff, and also bolted tightly to the tops of these trees that have been bent down. There are ropes that are then hanging from your hands and the tree down and are in like a little like clamp on the ground, so that way it's like the tree holds down, so it's easier to cut the rope. You think like in that
Just
way.
cut the rope and then we go
The cut the rope because like your body isn't stronger than the bolts. So
Good
yeah,
question.
unfortunately.
So
Can- cut the tree.
When I get launched, so I'm already like have activated my flying.
try to
Can I be ready to use my shotgun to blow one of
before
the
you go.
straps?
Maybe here's what I'll say: you don't know how fast and flipping you're gonna go because this isn't like a normal pine tree. It's like bordering redwood in the like. There's no way it should bend. Like that's a solid thing, right? So it's like you might go too fast, or it's like you won't die, which is the important thing. But it's like
yeah, that's ideal.
you don't think it'll be like, oh, and then I can just turn around and do something. It's like you will be thrown. Like
also,
a cannon or a
shotgun's
cannonball.
not something you precision aim with.
Yeah, shotguns
That's
are
true, the
a
shotgun.
buck.
If there were a
I mean,
rifle,
it depends on the ammo.
So I'm
It's
giving
true, if
with the
it's
nat
just
20.
like a
Is
solid
is there
slug.
any other
My
plans?
favorite
Oh,
are the
So,
deep
yeah, my
ones
question is
where it's
like-
two.
Ooh, yeah.
Is it
Yeah,
then
you
like
hit-
we can't just cut them free because there's like magical bindings or something, or like
if you
we have
can
to have
cut them
some
free, you'll
elaborate-
have a full surprise round. You just have
Okay.
to make
So
sure the bindings
the
are
magic
cut.
won't stop us from like saving them.
No,
okay.
you think it's
You just
it's
gotta
again
wait,
the
yeah.
magic is just dealing with insurance of he can just snap finger or
It's
mentally.
just that like dead man's switch. That's
Uh,
the
Yeah.
magic.
Wait,
gotta wait
we
for
would
me
have learned something
and I'm
at
fine.
camp. We would have learned about swearing on the river Styx, yes?
Possibly.
Okay,
I
I'm
can't
going,
let you out.
I'm
Bass.
going
I'm
to
sorry.
approach Sinus and say,
just have a
okay, I'll
question.
accept your challenge on a condition.
Well, of course, conditions. Yes.
If we're able to get the tree to the ground, then that means I want you to swear on the river Styx that you will let our friends go free alive
And unharmed.
and unharmed.
If
In one piece.
all right, I swear on the river Styx that if you help me get the tree to the ground, your friends will go away alive and unharmed.
Not away. Watch his language.
No, will remain on the ground, alive, unharmed.
Here.
In this
Remain
location.
on
In
the
this
ground.
location.
Hold on.
Yes.
Done.
Wait.
He shakes your hand. You hear a deep rumble through the sky.
Ah. Okay.
I'm
Alright.
gonna
That
watch
good?
very carefully.
Here's what I have to say.
make sure the
You
tree
guys
does
can
touch the
each
ground before
prepare
he
an
lets go.
action. Your action has got to be, obviously to fly.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you'll be making another action. What are your
Yeah,
four
'cause
prepared
flying is a bonus
actions?
action.
What's your question?
No,
Am I able to touch her at all
No.
if I were awake?
No, if you're like,
I
it's
couldn't
not.
kick her.
It's like
Yep.
you're here and then Trent's there, right? It's like a visual.
All I needed to know.
Because I'm like, you're asleep. You can't do this. No, but yes, that's a fair question. So yes, they are like apart. They're not like super close. What are your four held actions, Lee?
Again, paranoid Lee. Her worry is like, oh, he'll wait until just before it touches the ground to let her go, and then like be free from the
I
blah,
have to
blah.
be perfectly honest. Too late. I can't give you any other sneaky. I know what you're going with, but like the stick swearing has been done. You won't get any other.
No, I'm not trying
promise.
to change it. I'm saying a condition for what I see.
Oh, a condition what you see. I'm sorry.
Just
I'm
let
like.
me talk, baby.
No, I
It's
thought.
delicious.
Sorry, the way you started, it made it sound like you're like, no, I want you. I'm like, no,
No, I'm
like
trying
they,
to explain then what she's looking for. So she's gonna watch and make sure that like the tree touches the ground and he'll be bound by it and everything. If he lets go too early to try and weasel his way out of it, then she's gonna hold an action to like go and try and cut through. Does that make sense? It's like if the tree touches the ground, she'll be like, okay, he probably is gonna keep his
You should
promises,
also
like, he can't
narrate-
draw.
But if it doesn't touch the ground, you go and cut the rope.
Yes.
Okay.
You should also
cool.
narrate it like, okay, it's almost to the ground, almost to the ground, or like this far away, so that he knows that you're
That's
watching.
not a Lee thing to do though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Alex,
character wise.
what is your held? And Mike, and Will. Sorry, the three.
I'm gonna ready guiding bolt
Uh-huh.
just to nail Sinus with.
Sinus, just
But
nailed
again,
him.
if you kill him, they automatically die. It's a dead man's
And we
switch.
don't know how strong
That
he
is
is.
true.
It's true.
Well,
It's a play.
Yep.
If you hit him and it helps, you have a surprise round. Sorry, this is just like what's gonna happen during a surprise round if this happens. So maybe sorry, that's a better way to explain. It's like so yes, it's exactly for all of you.
How far am I from them?
From them, a good 30 feet.
Okay.
Like that's why I'm like it's easy enough to run to him. It's just like not fast enough before Sinus notices.
Right. So I'm going to hold the spell magic so I can cast that on their shackles in case, because they say they were gonna die. How would they? Oh, he might. So I'm gonna have it so that I can spell magic on the shackles. That way, if something were to happen, at least one of them will survive. Because I can only do it once. At
at
least.
least one of them
I have
will
to then
survive.
ask who are you gonna do it to?
Can I tell her who she should do it for?
You could. Well, should I? Because again, any talking Sinus will hear.
Yeah, like we can't communicate without.
You could maybe point.
As long as I'm awake.
Okay, that's who I was thinking too. I was gonna say Trent, just because I know he can. You can handle yourself.
Thank you.
Okay.
There was nothing against
I
you.
am
You're gonna
not-
try to
I
dispel
can
magic on one of them?
Right.
Yeah, Archie can just shadow travel.
Yeah,
away.
Archie is just.
I can handle myself too.
You're
Spell
not. You're
magic.
not squishy by any means.
'Kay.
But like.
Because it's a crap. If it's a
Yeah.
third spell or if it's a
No,
third
I'm
level
good.
or lower, it's instant. If it's a fourth, there's a roll. But yeah, so you're gonna choose Trent.
Because also if I wake up
Mike,
and my
what's
rage
your
die, I
held?
can't
Is there a small town, like, is there a well nearby, a little pond, a stream?
A
You
puddle.
feel water in a underground river somewhere below you.
Okay.
Yes.
My held action is just going to be shape water, hit Archie in the face.
What the heck?
Hell yeah.
To wake him up. Yeah.
Wake him up.
Because I'm like, why would you do? Oh.
Wake him up.
Wake me up.
Before you go.
Don't leave me.
Sorry. Dark stuff. Here we go.
There's some trees.
There's some trees. Let's see here. We've got Archie.
That's right.
He's over here.
You absolute.
He's over here.
So
And
we're
we've
between
got
two trees.
Trent.
That tree just moved by itself.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
There's another tree.
Yay.
And here, let's get the big one.
The big one.
Is right here.
Oh lordy.
It's a
Oh,
big
it's
one.
swinging.
Not what I expected. I expected
That
it to
is
be bigger.
cool. Look at that, guys.
Yeah, it's a swaying tree. That one will just kind of move.
So I just realized the spell that I could have taken since I
Oh, they're
leveled
all
up to
moving.
level 5 is
yeah, they all
freaking
have little
find
animation.
vehicle.
Okay.
What?
Yep.
You have a fine vehicle?
No, I could take that
15,
spell.
20, 25, 30.
Well,
Sorry,
I mean, a
you
car's
guys
coming in a
are
couple minutes
down
anyway.
Right?
here.
You basically
So annoying.
passed it.
Pretty much.
You're all
But
down
thank you, Grandpa.
here.
Right?
Where's our friendly
Wow.
neighborhood
Lumberjack.
running guy?
Oh,
I'm bringing him in. Where did he go? Oh no! Did I lose
That is
him?
so annoying.
Did I lose my lumberjack?
Also, find speed, but vehicle would have been better. I'm like,
my
I got 2 new
lumberjack.
spells, which are cool.
I believe it.
All right.
I honestly believe it. You are a wizard.
He's not that big. Don't worry.
Wow.
Caramba.
He is like a bigger guy, right? But like he's that big. I don't know where my original lumberjack went. Actually, that's kind of sad. He's gonna be here, and so yes, he's. So who's going? And I'm gonna say, keep me waiting any longer, and I'm about to snap my fingers. You know,
Elena.
that
Yeah,
Thanos Marvel thingy.
Did you not pay attention when we made the deal? I said that I would help.
Alrighty, young lady. You don't look too strong, but hey, looks can be deceiving. Let's begin.
Did his voice change?
That was.
Okay, I'm like, okay, now Elena's creeped out.
This is going to be a
Stop.
strength check.
Not athletics.
I'm sorry.
This is raw strength.
Okay. You forgiven. Just don't do it again.
Okay.
Alright. Let's be a +8.
I just mess with my friends.
I know. I'm just
17
kinda-
plus 8.
Woo!
25.
The tree has started to. You realize, like, he comes
I was
up
expecting
and
that.
takes out a rope, like, brings it to you. This is a very thick rope.
Yeah.
You both start heaving. And again, against all odds, it's tough. And you can see even he's working with his muscles. The tree has started to bend. Let's make another check.
We're all going to die. 19 plus 8. 27.
She is very strong.
It's almost halfway as he is
do you
bringing
want to
it
leave your icon
down.
next to the tree?
Oh yeah, let's do this. Because he's over here,
Alright, let's see.
right there. Elena, you are there. Mike, you are here. Connie standing. Actually, you know, we'll swap. Because Alexi, you would probably be closer to
Makes
cheer
sense.
on.
Yeah.
Actually, as
You can shake
Okay.
water from anywhere.
Here
I was
comes
gonna say,
another check.
Oh no, what'd you get?
17?
Yes, you should.
okay,
17.
August.
It's almost there. It's like about 3/4.
As he's doing this,
But
can
don't
I do
splash.
my
Just like run it, waterboard
my
him
held
quietly.
action? Like he's distracted. Can I just
Splash some water
on
on
his
his face.
Yeah,
Just so I wake up.
You want to do that?
yeah.
Roll stealth. Roll stealth. Roll
Roll a
stealth.
stealth.
Yeah.
That's a stealth.
Yeah, rogue.
Yeah, rogue.
Rogue
Yeah.
stealth.
Yeah.
And don't be his kind of rogue who can't stealth.
Yeah.
I have
Oh.
+8.
I'm gonna say right now, this is the this is Box
a
of Doom.
stealth check.
Oh no.
This
it's
is
the
Box
initiative
of
that you
Doom
kept failing.
because
Yeah.
like
I'm
if
sorry,
this
forgive me.
succeeds, well done. But if not,
Bad things happen.
bad things will
Are you
happen.
sure you don't want to wait a sec?
You could wait a sec. Says Trent who's passed out.
Please just
Trent whose limbs are on the
Mike,
line.
stick to the plan.
Oh
Come
shit!
on out.
Box of Doom.
It's Box of Doom.
To be fair, we
Make
never
this stealth check.
talked about a plan.
Go
Do
for
I
it.
get advantage or no?
No, this is
Okay.
a full stealth. roll.
Please roll high.
So 14. Wait, is that a 6 or a 9?
It's a 6.
14.
14.
Ooh, not great.
He has a +9 to his perception.
On!
Mike!
If he rolls a
My
5
character dies
or
because he
higher,
ran.
he is about to
This would
notice.
be a great time for a nat 1. You should have
I
the choice
hate-
to die, Trey.
No, it's Box of Doom. Gotta honor the Box of Doom.
1.
I didn't see it.
Did either of you see it?
As you are pulling down, hand over hand,
Oh, come on, but we can.
20, 15, 10 feet, 5 feet. You're getting so close. We're gonna make one last strength check.
Okay, please be good.
Boy, oh boy.
Ooh!
No.
Okay. 4 plus 8, 12. Ah!
12.
Yeah!
It is so close. You are strained. You see his muscles are shaking. Go ahead and roll me an insight check. Mike, you start pulling up
I
the
did
water from the ground,
terribly.
like just around your feet, right? You're trying to be stealthy.
It's only a 10.
Only a 10. As it's getting closer, his eyes flit. You don't know why. As he just never said it. It had to touch the ground. With your little promise, he lets go and turns and is about to snap.
I knew he was gonna do that. I'm so
The
proud of
surprise
myself.
round is gone. It's initiative because he saw your help.
Mike!
It was close.
Damn it. It was
You
a good
are.
plan, though. Like,
What
if
did
made
you
the
end up
roll.
rolling, August?
He rolled a 15.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
hardcore saw
Yeah.
like everything. Here's what's about
But
to
it
happen.
did happen, right?
He's rolled it. He's rolled
It's-
it.
But he might go first. That's the problem right now.
No,
Now
What did
one.
Alexi get?
That one.
Natural 1.
I
Oh,
got
that was so
17.
cocky.
Dice jail.
Okay, well.
4 August.
All right. Give me a sec. Sorry, I had it.
Ah!
24.
I hate you.
All right. All right.
And the gold dice are in dice jail for the rest of the night.
Okay. This is going to be.
12.
Where's my quick thing?
Mike!
All right. This is for
Hey, it was a good plan
Sinus.
because, like, if he had done it without him noticing, then I.
So
would've-
that was a roll for stealth, though. So he still should have been able to splash Archie, though.
We'll see. I have to. Sorry, I forgot to heal you guys up on my end.
I'm at 44
Oh,
by the way
I'm-
right now.
Yeah,
I
we all
didn't
got to
level
update
up.
our health.
Oh, yeah, I'm at
Oh,
40 now.
thank you. We're gonna go through and do this.
Yeah, that's important.
We're gonna go through. Give me your update, your
Hit dice and initiative.
hit dice and.
Or not dice, but hit points.
Should I roll initiative?
Oh yes, please. You two roll initiative as well because if you can wake up, that's that.
I hate my initiative rolls.
What'd you get?
You suck so bad.
What'd you get? And then
I got 5.
Oh.
That's cool. I just hit it and it moved. Please tell me you saw that it moved because it was a 20.
Okay.
And then I hit my finger and then I went to an 8.
Okay.
I did get a nat 20.
Trent got a nat 20.
And I need to roll my hit points because I did not
What's
do
your
that.
dex?
My dex is a +2.
So 22 total for her.
So, yes, 22.
Also, so we never. So
So
flying is a bonus action. For my held action, could it have been, because I was thinking this whole time, I want to fly low.
I'm gonna have to count it as like the flying has to be a full action
Okay, that's
because
fair.
again it's like not to get because again it's like you were basically it's like if he tries to cheat which he does which again that's his MO so it's like the action is to be ready to not get
Okay, that's
floating
fair.
into oblivion. Trent, what's your current HP?
Current HP is 45, but that's level 4.
Yes, go ahead and roll a D12.
5 plus 2.
7.
52.
Yeah.
All I know is that for ASIs, I've got 2 15s that can be evened out.
52, my good man.
I can't
Archie,
remember
what's
the
your
ASIs.
current stuff?
40.
40.
I thought you said
Points.
14. I'm like,
I'm
I'm
already
a
to
wizard.
14 hit points, guys.
I'm level 5 and I have 14 hit points now. If the wind is too strong, I die.
So, stay away
We're
from
gonna go.
Elena.
Yeah, I was
Cool.
about to
Mike,
say.
what did you get?
24.
24. Yes, Mike's probably going.
Okay, So I was just thinking, I wonder what Elena's sneezes are like because of wind. But the thing is, something funny. So last night, my roommate wanted a milkshake, so we stopped at McDonald's, and it was so slow that we.
And what's your updated hit points, Mike?
Okay, and
So I
allergies.
was already
So I
level
sneeze, and
Oh,
I
yeah,
always
yeah,
like
you're
move a lot
45
in my
still.
sneeze. But evidently the car rocked forward and
Willow?
back.
Willow, what is your initiative and current hit points?
My current hit points are 57.
My
Holy.
Nice.
I'm in level 6.
Oh,
and
right.
I got a 4.
57, and Willow got a 4. Lee,
I have 17 initiative and 40 hit points.
40 hit points. Hey, all of you are getting good. 40 hit points and a 17 initiative. Okay. All right. Willow, you're up. Alexi?
Not if I just do initiative, that puts me at 4.
So, but that puts you above Willow, I think, though, because you have a better dex. Yeah.
Okay.
Or, well, no. If you guys had, do you care who goes first between the two of you?
Wait, did you both get
Wait,
that
you
one?
got a nat 1. I got a nat 2.
So,
Well, I'm gonna allow. It's like since you guys are on the same team, you can decide. Like since they're both 4, like it's like one of those like I think it's a fun rule that I'm gonna implement. It's like so like hey, who should go first between us because we're the same team kind of
You're
vibe.
stronger than I am. Go ahead and go first.
Okay.
I'll go last
Okay.
again.
I've got my
Alexi
guiding bolt ready.
and Elena, what did you get?
I got a 12 on initiative, and I'm at 44 hit points.
44 hit points. All right. This could be really good or
Dang,
really
I'm
bad.
really glad that the two of us were able to get nat 20s on the history.
Wait,
That was
I'm so
helpful.
sorry. I blanked on your initiative. 12. Thank you.
Because if you had gone and said,
Oh yeah,
Be
he
dead
gets
again.
flat.
Yeah.
Again.
All right.
Just flying straight into the Salt Lake Temple.
oh
Oh, that's
It's under
hilarious.
innovation anyway.
It's what?
It's under innovation anyway.
Yeah.
Nobody will see the blood.
Oh my god.
He
Oh, that's true. All the
got-
earthquake modifications and stuff. I've forgotten.
Shit.
Are you
I
okay?
am so ticklish. I'm so sorry. You scared me.
What just happened?
I don't know.
They died. You went splat. It's all over. New roll a new character, Archie.
I already have one.
Oh, good.
Bringing out the artificer.
I'm so ticklish. Okay.
Archie, you have. Okay.
One round to live.
Mike.
That scared me so bad. I
Honestly,
thought
I forgot
you were
to
scared
let
by
you know.
opening the
I
door.
was scared when I jumped.
1 second.
I'm like,
1
what?
second.
I was right next to your room.
I'm so sorry. I swear your arm like brushed against my side or something.
You're that ticklish?
Yes!
Barely touched you.
Like, it's
sorry.
already happened, so I don't
I
know
am the
if
most
it's...
ticklish person.
Here's
I know
what's
it's
about
this
to
week,
happen.
But I have danger sense,
My
which prevents me from
siblings
being
trapped me on
surprised
a
as long
bed
as I'm awake.
because I kept
So,
thinking that they were tickling me,
This
and apparently
is,
anticipation is ticklish to me. It's a
okay.
problem.
So, fun fact: Sinus is about to roll his initiative. I had to get everything figured out because it's going to determine how bad things could go. You good?
Don't die, Megan.
Sorry, go cough that up. You're good.
Oh my gosh.
Sinus is about to roll. Trent, you got a 20 or 22. You're going after Mike
Okay.
because Mike got a 24.
Okay. So even with the nat 20, it's still 22.
I have to go by straight
Number,
initiative.
yeah,
Like
sure.
the nat 20 helps, but there's no way to crit on
Yeah,
this.
so I'll go after Mike.
What's about to happen is Sinus has a +5 to his initiative.
Great.
Basically, on a 17 or higher, he has snapped his fingers or done whatever he's about to do, and the magic's released, and
I'm screwed.
No, we're both screwed.
unless Mike can wake you up before then, because being alert gives you a chance.
Okay. He rolled a 7. Calling it now.
Okay. Mike,
Yeah.
you again held action. The water's flying. You watch as Sinus has let go and is turning as well. You see, like, before you can process it, Elena's gone. Like, that's how fast... Again, this thing just has whipped back. You are flinging the water, and it gets... And who are you going for? Archie?
Archie, I feel like if I woke you up, like, no offense, but, like, he could just, like, shadow out of there.
Because it's night.
Could he hit both of us? I don't see why he couldn't.
5 foot cube. No, you guys are too far
Okay,
away.
sorry.
Shape water is like, I'm giving it like in that, like, water has come up from above you, is about to hit you in the face. The water splashes up into your nose, Archie. Is like that, choking out all this gross, like, dirt water and everything. And you see your arms, you feel the tension and realize where you are as you took your action. You're awake.
Okay.
Can I move?
You can.
So I'd like to go...
Can you go towards Trent? Slap him.
That's what I was thinking. I want to go between Trent and Sinus.
15, 20,
Well, like, if you
25.
get to Trent, you could just, like, tap
One
him.
more square up. Wait, do I have an object interaction still?
You do.
Could I consider Trent an object interaction and just...
I gotta be.
Don't objectify
Here's
me.
what's about to happen. This is a strength check to beat Trent's AC. To
Okay.
like, because it's like it is an action to wake someone up. So, but I'll be fair and say, Trent, you have to beat a 16. What's your strength?
14.
So
I
you have a
the
plus
modifier of 2.
2.
So you gotta get a
This is Box of Doom as well. I'm sorry, because like again, they're about to die.
They're about to die.
You have to roll 14 or higher.
Okay.
It's possible.
No.
No.
No. No.
Get
No.
7.
No.
You whap and Trent snores. Sinus turns, just never touch the ground. Archie, you feel intense pain as things are, as suddenly the bindings are gone. Here's what's about to happen. You have to make me a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
Archie's dead.
Yeah.
It's a strength, man.
It was nice knowing you.
Do you want me to make it con?
Could it be con?
I would love for you to make it con.
I will say this. I will say you can choose because you can either strength, hold it, or con, don't rip. Like, that's the grossest way
Or
I've
just
ever said
keeping your
this.
body in one piece.
Con, keeping your body in one
Or she'll just have one arm after
piece.
this.
I could have my other character make him a sick robot arm.
True.
I know,
Actually, yeah.
I know the DC. I can't tell it to you.
Tell me that's high.
17.
Woo!
17.
Is it a saving throw?
It's a saving throw.
Wizards get crap saving throws.
Archie,
Oh no.
you have a split second left or right.
Left or right?
Left or right.
My left arm is gone.
You realize as you dig in, and this is not the right music, that's too
Dun, dun, dun,
nice.
dun, dun, that's too nice.
It's gone. You feel hot pain as you dig in and are not killed, but instead have dug in and are trying so hard not to die. I'm going to. There is still damage involved
Did
in
his arm
this.
actually get ripped
Yes.
off, or is it just
His
like
left
that?
arm is gone in an
Yikes.
instant.
That's so gruesome.
I'm just thinking of like Elric is
Don't
gonna
look at me.
be.
Archie, you take 17 points of damage
Okay.
I'm not ready
as
to stop
you are
picturing
at
that now.
13,
The metal arm.
Is he constantly losing blood, so therefore constantly having more damage?
possibly.
You know,
Archie
you
is
could
not
ignore
dead.
physics in favor of saving his life.
Hey, Trent.
I was just
Yeah.
curious.
What's up?
Trent,
I know, don't worry.
What's
I
up?
get it.
I have a terrifying thing to tell you, my
You have
guy.
to make a disadvantage, don't you?
You are not awake.
Oh no.
But she does have danger sense.
But he's
I
Strength
have
doesn't help with
this.
this.
But it's
Here's what I'm gonna say: one strength or con, but at disadvantage. Because you're asleep. It's again, you're waking up to pain. You're not ready for it.
My con is shit. I'm going strength.
yeah. Why
Go
would
Hey,
you
wait,
ever
no,
go
they
con?
should get advantage on it anyway because rage would be activated because.
Yeah.
No, rage.
I can't-
It's like
rage is not like
that'd be
rage
like
is something
I'm
you have to
raging,
do.
and Trent's gone. Like it's not.
I'm angry.
Yeah. Like,
Shit! If I took
Confetti.
this turn to go rage, I would be gone.
yeah.
It's
Like
like freaking something out of Invincible.
this. Yeah.
Yeah,
like it's
literally.
dark. Okay.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
I didn't even see
What'd you
that.
get?
Now tell me, what is 2 plus 5 plus 3?
Not sure. I have no idea.
Plus
what
5 plus 3.
10.
10.
Can I call out to my mom?
Left or right? Left or right?
Oh my god.
Left, I right with my right arm!
You gone as you feel
Ah.
pain.
I can maybe put it back on.
Don't talk to me right now! Can I rage now that I'm awake?
Trent, it's past your turn.
Okay, can somebody give
Trent, me
you
you take
dice that I drew?
22 points of damage. Are at 30.
I'm sorry.
As
I needed
you
to
are
invent
still,
something.
both of you have barely made the check to not die.
Where?
Oh,
wait, it's right there.
Oh,
yeah, I'm
oh,
smart.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
landed on a
Yeah.
20.
Yeah,
You-
I'm sorry.
It was mocking you there.
Trent, both of you are
Dad's getting milked
intense
again,
pain
Bet.
as both of your left arms are ripped, holding as tight as you can. Lee, that's you.
Hey, we're twinsies.
So
Right arm high five.
High five!
Hey, stop!
Okay. Question. Was it like here?
Is it at
I-
the shoulder
I
or is
prefer
it at
at the
the
shoulder.
He has it like full Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Winter Soldier
I prefer
is
the
at
shoulder.
elbow,
She wants
or,
the elbow.
Or is it the wrist because it's just around our hands?
If it's around your hands, then all the tendons are gonna be pulled out of your arm.
I just want the
I'm sorry.
shoulder.
Oh.
I have made rolls.
It's something similar
Trent?
happened to a patient of mine.
Your hand is gone.
Oh.
Archie, your arm straight
That
from
Archie
the
is
shoulder.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
It
that
popped-
makes sense because I am stronger than you.
Trent,
Just
yeah,
like am.
I took that into account, but yes, that's how we're playing it. This is game
This
bad.
is
Lee,
sick.
this is you.
Wow.
I
August,
want
you were dark.
to run
I'm
up.
killing you guys.
And-
I
That little
got
kid
it.
is hard.
That was rather disarming.
I'm looking at hardcore golf.
What sort of
That caught me
action
on camera.
is it to like get them free? Like, could I untie one of them?
Attack it, cut it, untie it. There's a wide variety. There's no wrong answer to
Okay.
unfree them. Like, because again, it's just metal chains, right? Like, it's not like it's. The only magic is that it's untying, right? Like, Sinus just dispelled whatever's going on that was holding it down.
Okay. Archie's more badly hurt, but I feel like more people are closer to him, so I might go to Trent.
So, 5, 10, 15,
No, I'm
16,
going to
Travel
Trent.
on your turn, yeah.
There.
Oh yeah.
5, 10, 15,
Yeah,
20,
I am the one in
25,
danger.
30.
And then.
Oh my gosh, wait, you should have gone up to.
Wait, were you holding an action?
No,
No,
the,
it was a
the held
surprise round
action is
that was
negated
ended,
because
yeah.
unfortunately Sinus noticed, so like surprise
Yeah.
round was cancelled.
Wait, I have a question about where Mike is. Shouldn't he be on the other side because he was trying to wake up Trent?
Yes. Oh, excuse me. Oh, well then it would have been because it took 30 movement to get here, or 25, so 30, 35. So you wouldn't even have gotten to Trent. So I can say you're here, right? It was in that, like, try to get Trent, and maybe I'll even say Rock, but still, like,
Yeah.
you didn't get it in time.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. Would Lesser Restoration restore a limb?
No.
I don't know if hands wouldn't do
So,
it.
Lee, you can try to cut it, you can try to do some insane stuff, honestly.
Okay, you said it was metal chains, right? So if I like Breath of the Dragon to make it cold and then hit it, would they be easier to shatter?
Ooh, yes.
Like I take my first attack for like that breath weapon
Oh,
to try and
hell
weaken
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
You could probably get both.
I will even say this.
One of that.
Ice, or there's something maybe a little more corrosive?
Oh,
Acid.
acid. Just acid damage.
Do it,
Duh.
do it. My hand's
I'm
already
like,
gone.
I'll give you that free. That's like,
Thank you. I was thinking so technically.
If there's more pain, then I only have to focus on one pain.
Sorry, I'm double checking the mechanics of how this
To be
works.
honest, you're probably going into shock.
this is
That's true.
you have
Like,
just woken up to your hand being ripped off, and you are now struggling for your life to not be ripped in half.
Oh yeah. And that's just an auto success. It says when I take the attack action, I what's it called? I replace one of the attacks with the exhalation, and then it's dexterity saving throw. Like chains automatically
Chains
lose.
automatically,
They cannot move.
it's a construct.
So it hits.
Yeah.
And it does 2 of my martial arts dice. Has that increased yet? Yes, 36 now. Okay.
Yes.
Oh no, she might break the chain just with the breath attack.
That is 7 acid damage, and I can still whack it if I need to.
Yes,
Or,
you will say.
that
It
has
has
to
started
be an
melting
alarmed
through Trent's chains.
And Trent.
No, I'm
That's
I'm
fine.
not that cruel. Like, that's...
You
It
just
just
ripped off
stinks.
my arm.
Because you didn't make the chains.
It's your fault.
I'm not gonna lie,
I
you
rolled
could
a
have done, like...
5 and then
It was a
2.
crapshoot. Mike could have gotten it much safer, but it
I
didn't
get
succeed.
2
Like, it's a
attack
fair
actions
thing. It's a
now,
fair
so
thing.
Not
Right,
just
right.
my strength, but I could have made it if this didn't screw me
That's
over.
only a
A
9
5 and then a 2.
to hit.
9 doesn't hit the chains AC.
But give me 1 second to double check something.
You could flurry of blows.
That's what I'm thinking.
Punch the chain.
I just
Punch
did
that
it.
I'm just zoning out. I do
Elena's
a
flying.
lot. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, don't pass out, don't pass out, don't pass out.
Yeah. When we get to you, there's other
Tony
stuff.
Stark
Yeah. like-
style to kind of make sure that when you get close to the ground, you don't hit it.
Yeah, so I'm going to flurry of blows, and that means I get 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay. I'll tell you right now,
Sorry.
you only need 3 more damage.
Okay, so if
This chain's close.
hopefully just one of these hits. Oh, one of them's 21.
That hits. What was the other one?
10.
10 does not. Yeah.
But
Stop.
it's my martial arts die for my unarmed strike, right? And then plus my dex?
Yes.
Oh, my dex is 3. I auto.
You auto hit.
Oh, plus 5. That's an 8 damage, just so
8.
it's like full shatters.
I'll say this like poof poof, and you take your hand, which like turns into dragon claw, ethereal dragon, cuts through Trent.
These two
You are out of
cool.
your chains.
All of them?
Yeah.
Cool.
The last
do I
chain's
still,
broken.
because I had that, turn that I rolled?
No,
do I still
like
have it?
it's no.
Dang, I
That
was gonna say if I could. I was
that was like a
gonna
reaction
start
thing
It'd
you
be
playing-
like
have
an
to take.
object interaction to shove ambrosia in his mouth or something.
Oh, yeah, like how I
Well,
did with.
You let, yeah, you let.
bonus action, bonus action. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my bonus action was the flurry
Oh,
of
so
blows.
yeah, no, like
Okay.
no, it's got to be
That's fair.
action
That's
or
completely
bonus action
fair.
for that. Like, Elena, that's you. You are flying.
Wait, so
There is damage you are taking from the whiplash of the tree.
Cool, cool. Wait, can I do bonus action again then? Since you said I already did my flying, can I do bonus action shield of faith so that my AC is
I
higher?
really
No.
appreciate that our next campaign is
Um,
going to be chill. Than this.
The next campaign will be
Slice
really,
of life.
really chill. It's just all good. It's nice.
You ripped off one of our arms.
Until
It's
the
like,
basilisk
August is
shows
like,
up.
do not
Oh,
leave the
that's the
FAG
end of the
room.
slave
The basilisk came back.
Family home evening. Get your arms ripped off.
Bad.
Yeah.
Gotta be a bad guy. Elena,
Look at that flick of hours.
you take 21 points of damage.
So
And
I'm
are
33.
23.
23.
I would give you a hand.
You are not
But
unconscious though. As you are flying through that, you are immediately
you need a shoulder to
Very
cry out.
far,
I got
like-
one.
Thanks, man.
too far out of range. Like you just went like hundreds of feet very
Oh man,
fast.
that means like
Frick.
I would give you 2 thumbs up, but
Go ahead. This is a. I heard that. Yikes.
I'm making
This is
hand
a-
jokes over here. It's fine.
This is a Constitution check to see like how close you can stay,
You're pretty
or a Constitution
resourceful
saving
with that.
throw.
Okay,
Excuse me,
pretty fancy.
because it's again like a how fast can you right yourself and stop.
Constitution.
Sorry, I know we're dealing with you possibly
Go.
getting splatted into
I-
the ground, but we're making hand jokes and code.
Oh,
I'm giving her
you're
a
not in
shoulder
danger
to
of
cry out 'cause
splat.
I have one left.
Good. Okay, because I only got a 13.
You got 13.
And I did the, you know,
Yes,
the look
you
at the
go
freaking down
at
wrist.
least a good 200 feet up in the air. And you
It
can
was
take
rather disarming.
full movement. You can start heading back.
No, we're not starting now.
Question. Did I go like mostly up?
You went diagonal. It's that like flip.
Guys,
The tree
I
like
won't ever
stops.
tell
It
people
doesn't
that
like
it's
flow, so
yellow.
it's like that boom.
So what I'm
diagonal.
wondering is, if I simply angle my body straight in the direction I want to go, will I be able to go further because gravity is also working on me?
No, that's. It's like I'm saying that's already kind of the flying mechanic of D&D. Is you're already naturally like, oh, and the gravity, and that's how I'm moving so far. Yeah.
35 feet's still good. It's still good.
Is it?
You can start dashing next turn.
This is like.
This is lame. You think my villains are lame? Oh no.
Yes. Sorry.
Archie.
Wait, that's all my
Wait.
turn?
Yeah, well, because that was your basically your action
Yeah,
slash
no
bonus
trouble.
action and the movement.
So my flying was last turn, you said.
No,
Was my-
flying had to be weighted until
Oh.
you flew. And so all you've been realized, yeah, bonus action fly, and you can dash this turn too. So somebody, you're
Well,
only
let
130
me-
feet away then.
I'm only 130 feet away then?
Yes. Because that would be like bonus action, you start flying.
Can I do some sort of wisdom check then, like medicine check or something, to see if lesser restoration would help?
I have to be. I gotta be the bad guy.
So much.
You don't know what just
There's
happened.
just so
like
much
Okay.
unpack.
it's that like again, you were like flying
Sorry.
when they
I have a
also
whipped
start.
waist. Woo.
Sorry, I need to use my other arm.
And this is
Yeah.
Archie. This is you.
Oh, I
Question.
guess sure. Yeah.
Is my arm still attached to the tree?
You go ahead and make a perception
Oh,
check for me.
that's gonna be gruesome, y'all.
It's
That's rather arm.
15.
The chain and arm are gone off the tree.
Fetch that.
Yeah.
Okay, if you slap me in the air, I'm going to freak out.
But guys,
Oh gosh, that's
That's-
gross.
It
That's
does go
too
the same direction.
I know!
It's like the flying Henderson arm in Seven Deadly Sins. You know that
Wait,
like,
yeah,
first season
left
where the
arm.
arms
Yeah, it
fly
would have gone the
away?
same way. Archie, it's you.
I'm
Can
gonna
be
get
help?
slapped by a couple
So,
of lizard bodies.
First of all, like, just a shout
One of them
in pain.
Yeah, of course. Like it's an arm that hurts,
I do
right?
want to let you know I will be making all of these puns in game as soon as we're in the car.
Oh, I know.
I'm
Okay.
holy, Fred, get it?
I am going to shadow travel directly behind Alexi.
This is actually your second shadow travel of the day, so go ahead
Yes.
and make that con check.
Oh, I'm fine.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
I'm never gonna get a point of exhaustion from that.
I'll get it
That
someday.
takes me off because like that's like the sanity rolls and you like never have to deal with the consequences.
Consequence. Rapunzel was very messed up, to be fair. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
Archie, you're
let's see.
there.
But we
One
love her
second.
anyway. It's fine.
You're
So that was my action.
yes.
Uh,
You are now. Both of them. You guys are free of the chains.
okay.
And Trent, your hand is missing too. Like it was gone.
Okay.
That's
I.
all he says.
Yeah,
He said that specifically for that joke because he's in a lot of pain and he makes jokes and cracks his lips.
Yikes. Archie,
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop open a bottle of nectar and down that thing.
for a bonus action, heck yeah. That's 4d4, my friend. That's very smart, honestly.
4, 5, 7.
So how come I couldn't make any
11.
sort of constitution?
So 11, and of course, plus
Oh, I
4,
didn't
so
do that.
15 points
I'm
back.
nearly back at full.
That's very good, yes.
Hey August, was
Yes.
there a reason why I wasn't allowed to make a constitution saving throw for the whiplash thing?
Because that was,
expecting it.
it's like, you can expect to get hurt. It's still gonna hurt, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
It's like you were expecting to get
Um,
flung when the tree
Oh, you
was on
yeah,
the
it's
ground.
a dimension 20. There's been other DMs that show it's like, yeah, with whiplash, with things that move fast, it's like a knife. Like, oh, but I was preparing to. It's like
I
you
got
weren't
their
taking a
open flag
dodge action or a
mask and
disengage or anything. It was like the rope's gonna hurt, and so
yeah,
it's like.
in that campaign, for example, the two characters dislocated their arms.
Yeah, like I'm being very. I'm
We
like
need to, like,
you
we're
were
in a
just
pirate
because
city
you
and
are
let me
strong
cut one
enough
of
to
the ropes
like.
at the very bottom to get
Yeah,
to the very
you were
top of
ready
the
for it. You're ready. So
skyscraper.
there was no
Yeah.
mess up, but there's still damage involved.
Yeah,
If that makes
that's
sense. So, so yeah, you are.
Sorry
healed.
about
That's my turn.
That's Archie. Well done. Not gonna die. Alexi.
Probably still going to die.
Got guiding bolt, my friend.
Alrighty.
Your sister has flown off. Archie has lost his full arm. Trent's hand is gone.
Seeing all this,
Good thing
lightning
my arms
flashes in the eyes
Like thunder is erupting everywhere.
as the thunder's happening. The guiding bolt like encases my whole arm and goes into the shape of a lightning eagle.
Yes,
As I
like
just
Punch!
Falco.
go ahead and definitely. Oh, there it is.
Okay, thank goodness. I'm like, the couch!
The mimic.
Down beam count.
We were so worried about a man with the arms, we didn't worry about the couches.
A group of
I'll leave my first eye roll of the night. That is a 22 to hit.
Oh, that
Nice.
hits.
The leader of the group.
Go ahead
my
and
dice bag?
roll that. Oh, your
So,
dice bag's
yeah.
right
They left.
there.
Oh, that was mine.
Oh, is that yours?
They
Yep.
flipped the table.
Oh no, did the dice bag get
Oh,
eaten?
Christ.
Oh no!
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, thank goodness.
They heal the chair.
Question.
Yes.
Is he actually wearing a toga?
No, I had a lumberjack. So I don't know where he went. Like
I think it'd be funny
it was
if the
the
mist makes
brawny
it look
dowdy
like
dude.
a
Like I
lumberjack.
thought it was hilarious, but I can't find the token
Gotcha.
anymore. I'm like,
Okay.
No, hear me out. You just take the
Fail,
guy from
yes.
Paul Bunyan's where food is good.
well, not too good, eh?
Alrighty.
He prepares best.
Is 7.
Spoon.
Sorry, I just realized the song that's going through Elena's head right now is probably so.
Here, let me see if I can attach this.
17 points of damage.
Nice! Just
Murder.
don't kill. Oh, yeah, you can
No
kill him
shit,
now. Never
you
mind. You can totally kill him now.
Oh yeah.
Please kill him.
Went from okay. You gouge off his left arm. Like I think of that like this eagle
for an
tears
arm?
through the lightning blows like chunks fly. Like gone. His arm's gone as he roars in pain. Immediately goes from like okay to hardcore bloodied on death's door.
Holy shit!
This dude's fun fact, and what you're quickly realizing, and you would know from this, he's mortal. Sinus was never a monster. This is a guy. Like his thing comes in his strength and his absolute trickery, right? He's a rogue in that sense. He's not like beefy. He tricks people, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna launch that. Lightning's still in my eyes. I'm just gonna be, he's mine.
Oh, Willow, that's you.
I'm gonna cast Tidal Wave.
You look at me like
What?
Tidal Wave.
I don't think you need to do something so crazy to kill him.
Tidal wave?
No.
Tidal Wave. And it'll also help out Mike because water.
Water.
Yeah. So I'm gonna want to cast it so that it's like long ways because it's like 10 by 60.
Yeah.
So I want to cast it like so that way it hits like and
Flash flood in this tiny
it doesn't hit Trent.
Yeah. We're in the
Or-
mountains. How?
or-
Could you maybe check to see if you see my arm anywhere?
Rush.
I might be able to reattach.
You so sorry. 10 feet
I'm
wide,
probably gonna have to take a dodge action to not get hit by it.
30 feet long, 10
Oh,
feet wide, 10
sorry,
feet tall.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry. And on he must make a dex saving
All
throw.
I'm thinking of is the quote from Toy Story. It's like, Buzz, can you lend me a hand?
He's gonna make a death saving throw. Where, sorry, so here it is. Where's it going?
Mrs. Nesbit!
So make it like long, like horizontal,
Horizontal. Okay.
and then like close enough that Mike would have access to it.
Like this.
Oh
Like-
wait, you know what? Make it so that he runs into the tree.
Bonk.
So like full
Yeah.
this. Like it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna.
Hit him with the tree.
Oh my gosh.
But it won't hurt. Will it hurt Mike?
Will you tell him to leave us alone while
Okay,
you do
water
it?
heals you. Okay.
Each creature in the area must make the deck save.
Yeah,
So it would
you
hit
just
my.
Scoot it like 10 feet.
I will say that yeah, like it's enough that even here is Mike is safe.
Yeah. So I just wanted to be able to hit the tree as well. So could he take double damage in that sense?
He takes bludgeoning damage, is prone. Yeah, let's find out. He has a dexterity saving throw. He is very good at his dex save. He has a +10 to it.
Let's
Frick.
get like a 4.
His expertise.
No, 5. No,
Roll
he'll
it.
match it at a 4.
Roll an
Match out a
Italian
4.
boy.
It's a 14.
Oh, there he goes.
Fail.
Because he was rolling the dice like this. Italian.
He got a 10.
Dang it.
20. So he.
So he takes half damage and is not knocked prone.
He's probably gonna die anyways.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to roll this? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
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 So
You need some
should I
D8.
keep the 4d8 and then just take half of it?
Yes, I have some D8 for you right here.
Never mind. I will
Here's-
not have to hit any yours off.
Oh, I got. Okay.
Oh, I need 2 more.
Yep.
Two. Thanks. Oh, we're
Box of
box
Doom,
dooming it?
This could kill him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's half?
Give it on half.
I have a feeling when we get out here, it's gonna be like
Plus
7 in the
11
morning.
is 21,
And it's
so
like-
half
Yeah,
of
yeah.
10.
So wait.
Stupid.
So
So it was 21 total. And then at half, that would be 10, right?
10. Here's yours.
That's what Megan.
Okay. You're Megan's.
Thank
You feel crushing. With 10 damage, you and I'll say, Mike, you are like doing this as well. Water is swirling as you both point as this entire tidal wave crushes into Sinus, cracks his neck in a weird way as he falls prone, completely dead at
that guy's
the
not a
base
monster.
of this tree.
Uh-oh. We should run.
He's not a monster. He is a human that has come back, obviously, through nefarious purposes. I'll give you 2 hints on how human came back from the dead. And he is no more.
Can I loot the body?
Go for it.
Loot the body.
Go ahead and roll me investigation. Elena, you fly back down an inn. Yes.
I'm going to use my firebolt cantrip
Wait, can
to just.
no, wait, before you
Here's-
do that, first.
We're about
Unless-
to.
unless someone can find my
No.
arm.
Here's what's
well,
about.
that's the thing, because I could look for it.
Do you want to look for the arm on your way back? Go ahead and roll me an investigation. I'll say it's like for Lynn's.
Okay, how
Look
close
for
was I to
lips.
one-shotting that guy?
Oh, you were so close. He had 8 hit points left, and I was like, you could do it. You could. Oh no, so close.
That was
but-
totally in range.
It was in range. I was like,
I do
you know,
think that it's funny in the very
15.
12-year-old right. I
15.
got this, and the other 2 get it, and you're like,
a
I could've-
lot of flesh and bone,
I could've
nothing intact.
Oh yeah.
It was just destroyed.
When it hit a tree, it.
Oh, your arm's broken.
Um,
I can tell!
About
my hand?
No, like,
uh,
it's missing,
one
but
second.
It broke.
One second.
Yeah. Okay, can I do a wisdom check
No,
of
your
some sort
hand's
to
gone.
see if lesser
There's no way that
restoration
takes some time.
would
Here's
fix their limbs?
Archie. You are in roaring pain. You cannot see right. Bless you as you're fireballing, trying to
I got a
like
21 minute.
cauterize the wound. You hear a voice.
Oh.
Do you wish for the pain to leave?
Stop. Don't.
You. No one can hear this.
Dang it!
I can make you whole, master.
Oh no.
Okay.
I can make you whole.
This is a little spooky, gang.
Okay. He's basically just like on the ground, you know.
Yeah, this
like
is
knees, arm,
Neil.
just like, you know.
This voice is coming as dark and low as this. It is soft and still. In this, like, again, people are like, food, get medicine, like, but this is centered in your mind.
He is going to just like grab into the grass and just go, no.
You can be whole with me, master. Let me serve you.
No.
I will wait.
Okay, so I got a 21 medicine check.
As you got, the wound is starting to cauterize, no further bleeding.
I'm trying to figure out if lesser restoration would help.
Probably
got
with her
21
hand, but
I
not with my arm.
have to check that. Let me.
Lesser restoration, it's to cure one disease
Or
or to...
condition afflicting it. It does nothing for body.
Greater restoration would.
Yeah.
But
19
Greater res would bring back
investigation on
lumps.
looting the body.
So
Here's
let's
what
wait.
you find.
Especially looking for
You did
identification from
a
previous victims.
smart thing. What you're finding, a lot of bills, unmarked cash, right? There's
course.
almost $300 worth.
Why do you get all of them?
Here's
Because
what
I
else you
think about
find. Mike,
Mhm.
there is a weird looking like half scroll. It's like, it's not like a scroll, but it's like still something that would have come in a like mail, you think?
Okay.
Oh, I want that.
Is it the
What you yes, I'll tell you what you're seeing. The scroll thing reads, "To whom it may concern."
Ah.
So just putting out general
7 or
They put it
actually
in the
6
yellow
half-bloods
Yellow pages, yeah.
are traveling across the United States. Intense financial and magical compensation to be given for simply slowing them down.
Signed.
Signed, P.
Hey guys, I think we need to go the other way. We don't want to head to California.
Don't you dare.
Just the letter P.
Can I do insight on?
No, because that's actually something inquisitive mind rogues get, not
Okay.
your like. That's a very specific
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
to do, to insight off of a note.
So, first
I hide it.
I want to use lay on hands to heal myself back up to full hit points, and then do the rest to Archie because I think he was.
I'm
And have
only
we
like
like
3
gotten
hit points
out
away
and seen
from
what
max.
time it is
Oh,
yet?
cool.
Because
Then I'll
you
do
have.
Yeah, do Trent, not me.
Or
Yeah.
not quite yet. What you guys are noticing, I'm about to make the roll.
I was gonna say, then I want to go out front and try to find the car.
Yeah.
Because I'm betting it's like, 7 in the morning, time to catch the bus.
It's still night.
Oh,
Good. Okay, so I'm gonna heal Trent with the rest of my points.
Here's-
It's 25 minus 17.
You have 25. So, well, but here's the thing: are you healing yourself? Or are you healing Trent first?
I'm healing myself first.
Okay.
You
To
said I
heal
took 7.
yourself-
Oh, never mind.
44,
I'm gonna use all of
23.
mine to heal myself. I was more dead than
Here,
you were.
Trent,
surprised.
You
What
would
are you
use 21 hit points to heal
I
yourself.
lost about
21.
23. My total's 52.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay.
You're both full healed. You
Take
obviously
away however 21.
you
from
have
my-
4 hit points left in your reserve. You have 2.
Now I'm gonna go look for the car.
So Elena, sorry, 1 second.
You're good.
All the questions. And Trent, you are back up, and yes, like immediate medicine. Like people are wrapping up on your hand.
2 questions.
Yes.
Has it been 45 minutes?
Here's what's interesting, and I will give it to you. There is a pager on Science's body that you can find. Like nothing that would help to take, because again, like no one uses pagers. Like this is
Yeah.
probably because again he runs a motel. The timestamp on it is not 7 o'clock. It is 11 o'clock.
So it's been more than 40.
It's been 4 hours.
Son of a bitch.
And
It's
did,
fine,
did we
it's
get to make
only
history
4.
checks to see if we recognize
Only
what
4.
piece
Let's
of
go.
car or something?
Here's
Mom's
what I'm gonna give
freaking out.
Mike and Mike alone, because you are not sharing this. You get
Okay.
to make me a history check. No one else can, unfortunately, right now.
So we don't even know about the note.
No, because again, that was a
16?
there doesn't seem to be anything immediate. Like time is passing, a note labeled from P. Nothing is clicking right now.
Like,
But
do I think it's C as in
something
Poseidon or
you. Your dad
Oh,
doesn't
no.
control time. Your dad is water and maybe earthquake. Like you don't think it's your father.
Okay.
And
I
here's
literally
what
said that to you
what
earlier.
else you
I
would
used a
know
different name, starting with
is
and I agreed with you then.
with this note and everything, something is maybe tickling your brain, but like not enough to start building off, right? Like it's that like really frustrating, like what's in my head, like what am I trying to think of, right? Like when you're trying to find a word for something, but it's not there, but
Yeah.
it's close.
Well,
Okay, then
screw that.
I'll just let them know, look, found a pager. Like, it's 11 o'clock.
Okay, I'm gonna go zip out front and see if the car's.
All of you run out. Go ahead and make an investigation roll. You can both do it,
Can
or
I have
one of you can
investigation
give it.
Because I'm like looking for this guy.
Oh,
to
it's
see if-
investigation, yeah.
Can I have advantage on it?
Oh no, what I was gonna say is one of you could give the other advantage.
I only have a +1, so I'll
I'm
help
plus
you.
2. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Here.
Well, and so that's where the advantage comes in. You and this guy, you on the ground.
Ah, one more
13.
time. No,
13.
Oh, yeah.
That's 20!
Yes!
I'll give it to you. You run out, and there is an idling limousine with a man standing. He sees you.
Recognize him?
You guys are covered in sweat again, like a little bit of
Blood.
blood, like a lot
Yeah.
of gross stuff. Run up as he just, Master Lexi.
Yes.
Hey!
Hello. I work with your mother and father. I am here for a ride.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, our friends are coming. Let's all get
Yeah,
in. We gotta
we'll
go.
pile in.
Salt Lake
You all pile in.
Gonna put like my jacket over.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
helping
Yeah, like, oh, we're just, helping them get in. They're not missing an
Archie.
arm.
Just whispers in your mind.
I really don't want to lie in the book for this.
I'll make another roll, but
You want to make another roll? You want to?
Chicka chicka ding.
Tingle, tingle, tingle.
Can you hear the
Nope.
dice ding?
absolutely not. I just rolled a 100. He is not
He's
doing
not
it.
doing it.
You rolled a 100?
Yep.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That is
No.
insane.
You
I've
all
never
pile
seen
in,
someone actually
panting and
rolling
breathing.
set up with August.
No.
This is just.
I
I like it.
set it
I
up
like
for me.
it.
I gave him 25 and below. He would have.
It's your personal
Yeah.
wisdom check.
It's a personal thing.
That's cool.
All of you are in.
Alright, how far can you take us?
My instructions were to drop you off anywhere you need to in the Salt Lake City Valley.
Sounds great.
There we go.
Guys,
Your turn.
I got information about the Greyhounds that are leaving. Can I relay that we can
Yes.
get on that Greyhound basically immediately as we get into Salt Lake?
Actually, I'm gonna
Yeah.
make a roll for
Or do you
you
want me
just
to
to
roll for it?
see. Let me check my travel check.
So about that. The daughter of the
That was pretty good.
No freaking kidding.
Basically, instead of a bus at 8, like you guys found, what you found, Trent, is much better. Where you're gonna get in a little past midnight, and you'll be able to get a train at 1.
Nice.
Done.
And so, what that will put you at in terms of then overall time is you will be leaving like at 1 o'clock on the 20th, like 1 a.m. on the 20th,
Okay.
and with the travel time, you'll be arriving in San Francisco, like near Mount Tam, at 8 o'clock the next day, because it's that
The
like full
21st.
like tracks on the 21st.
We can do that.
What a way to celebrate my birthday.
Dark. As you are all driving down, very quiet. This limousine drive, like full shield up. He's not gonna like. He's helping you because like he's a hired dude.
I'm gonna knock on
Not
it.
he's not asking questions. Oh yes.
So we were also supposed to get some money, I think. Do you have that in the glove box or?
The contract that I signed with our agency referred to nothing of monetary value.
I was supposed to be the money, but we're gonna have to hit an ATM in Salt Lake City then,
Yep.
and that's a lot. It'll show up on my mom.
Mike,
It'll show up.
I
on
have to ask Mike. Do you feel bad at all with
Do I
everything?
or does Mike?
Dude, does Mike?
Mike
It's like,
has to feel bad.
in anything, you got a bunch of my and
Mike's
like
an asshole.
There's a
Yeah, I'm
couple
thinking Mike's
limbs
gonna come
missing.
in this time. Like he's actually
I
like,
am your
been
friend.
saving this money for like last minute things
Oh
we need.
gosh.
yeah.
So
No, that's
Yeah,
right. I
we'll
just
pretend
needed
that
to
it was
check
out of
it.
the goodness of your heart.
I'll need to check it because again, like there is a return trip somehow.
I could also save the stealing portion for a return trip
Yeah.
because my mortal mom has a lot of money in a vacation account.
You guys easily make
So-
it to Salt Lake. No check needed.
Sweet.
Thank goodness.
If I
You
just
make
put
it to
word
the,
under margaritas,
tram. You make it to the tracks. In the like figuring it out, to get to San Francisco will cost each of you $100.
I'm broke.
I got it all.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
Where did that come
I
from?
knew it.
7.
I proceed to start gesturing.
$800.
Yeah.
Because Maple's there too. Yeah. Maple actually got a nat 1 and was like not going at all.
I hit
like
his
you guys got
shoulder.
it before
I
Maple
hit
could
his
do
shoulder
it.
stump with my stump. High five.
Don't.
That was funny.
Don't do that. Don't.
I
Cool.
know it hurt.
You
it
paid
hurts
for
me
it?
too. I'm sorry. That was funny.
I have to make one roll. It's very unlikely, but I gotta be fair. You're good. Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Ah, people are messaging me secret things. Ta-ta-ta. Okay. You guys get on the train and are traveling.
Oh my.
Well, hold on. I text you, August, if that's cool.
Oh, it's a good thing.
Is there a
Yeah,
bathroom on this
positive.
train?
There is a bathroom on this train. Like, it's one of those, like, quick...
Hey Alexi, can you go to the bathroom with him to help clean him up because we didn't have first aid.
Archie,
Yeah,
you can,
sounds
like,
good.
not in a mean way, you could refuse if you want. Here's what I'll say. A bit of narration, like, as you guys...
I got it.
All of you see,
Yeah.
it's a
Okay.
subtle... Trent and Maple are holding hands. Maple's definitely, like, you know, with the...
one
but
hand
it's
you
like
have.
the holding the one hand.
Holding the stuff.
Mike, you're kind of sitting there. I'll say, like, how are you feeling right now? I gotta know. I'm curious.
Yeah. I
I'll
think
give it to you.
Mike, he had very good intentions when he was trying. Like, he's distracted.
You were going to save both of them. No fight needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had very good intentions, but I think he feels very guilty. Yeah.
Responsible.
It's that, like, it wasn't supposed. I was gonna save them, and
Yeah.
it's a very
And honestly, like, I was trying to play the 14-year-old, but
yeah.
Even though you're
he
12.
feels very, very responsible for what happened. Yeah. So he's probably sitting alone, not really talking to anyone.
I'm gonna make a check.
Okay, I want to have a moment with him after
Yes.
I
After
do some stuff.
you go to the bathroom, alone. While you are going, I've made a check to see, Alexi and Lee. If you want to make a perception check, go ahead. For you two. And Willow too. Sorry. Yes.
Key. Lee.
Perception.
Sorry.
You three are allowed to make perception checks right now.
Oh, was it with advantage or without?
Just straight. This isn't a monster check. Don't worry about that.
13.
13.
20.
30, 20.
I'm checking my modifier.
You're
That's gonna be a 15.
No.
Sorry, perception. That's gonna be 17.
17 makes it. Alexi, you're I mean, Archie lost a full arm. Like, hey, he's going to the bathroom. Like, do I help? You two, you know, Mike is kind of sitting off on his own. And like that classic, like the leg is shaking. You two notice that the train is almost vibrating with the shaking of his leg.
I'm gonna go talk to him. I don't know what you're gonna do.
I was gonna just like move to sit next to him.
I'll go talk to him. Because
Yeah.
I have experience with
You
this
guys
person.
can go sit and try to talk. Yes.
Do you want us to roleplay it?
You can.
Do you want to roleplay it?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike,
Go
what's
for it.
up?
Not much.
Dude.
Like as this metal vibrating on
the
glass.
anxiety is rolling off of you in waves and is shaking the train.
Oh no, you see, check this out. It stops.
That's pretty cool. I just want you to know that what happened today isn't your fault. It's not.
I kind of just started everything.
I mean, that is true.
I think the psychopath that like kidnapped our kid.
I think the psychopath is
That's
at
fair.
fault.
That's fair.
You did everything you thought you could do in order to save them, and that is what matters most.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Trent and I are
That
like,
was easy.
No,
So
it's not. This
hi.
is the surface level, and he just wants us to go.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then I'll completely change the subject, and I'll be like, "Hey guys, check out this note I found on this guy."
Oh. So now you're
Now
sharing
you can.
those things.
Well, yeah, it's to get
Yeah.
the
To get out, I mean,
Yeah.
it
I
very
don't care,
much.
it's
You
helpful.
can't keep. I
As
mean,
a
like,
player, at least.
hey, a new note. So yeah, you both can say this.
Alright, who's Pete?
Can we make like a history check or something?
You can. Both of you now can.
Come on,
Pandora.
be good.
Oh, that's
Want a break from the ads?
16.
Want a break from the demigods?
17,
16.
16.
With Pandora.
Just like Mike, something
more
is
time.
tickling the back of your mind.
Yeah.
It's getting dangerously close in that some time, the prophecy, everything that's going on, something is dangerously close at the edges of your mind.
Everyone is like around though,
There-
right?
people are
We,
close.
like,
Could I
ask
have
Trent to
attempted to
come?
put this together because I looked up the stuff about
Trent,
boxes?
give me a history check with advantage.
Thank you.
But disadvantage because you only have one hand to type.
No.
No.
Don't you know they have great like on tech like
18,
one-handed for people with
18
disabilities.
again. Intelligence?
History.
Yeah, so that's 19.
Trent. You've kind of gotten
Aren't we
it.
all proficient in history?
Well,
No.
Not
I turn
everyone.
around to them as they're talking, and Trent's just so out of it. He's like, it's Pandora.
Trent, I'm gonna give you something.
I should have said the name out loud.
There's more than one person associated with the name of
That's
P
true.
in the myth about that specific mythos. And what you get on the 18 and are realizing
Oh no.
the name Two-Faced One that Lee brought up.
It's trade. Oh wait, what's his name? It's the dude, the Titan who brought the fire.
Yes, the Firebringer.
Prometheus.
It's like,
Prometheus.
instead of saying that, then I go around and I'm like, it's the Firebringer. And I look at Willow.
And you can show on your tablet too, all of you. Archie, you were in the bathroom, so they'll tell you when you get back.
For
But
some reason,
the
we have to
Two-Faced
close
One.
something, they don't want it closed. So then I looked up every form of mythology, and then that letter P just solidified it.
Trent, go ahead and give me another history check.
Prometheus was Pandora's brother-in-law, right?
Advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
This is, we're gonna say, not advantage.
No! Why would you do this? It's 11.
11. Something like, yeah, a Titan is insanely powerful, and there's some stuff there.
I don't know.
I hate the Titans. They ruin everything.
They ruin everything.
So did
Okay,
God. But
so-
hey, we had a death and salt.
The
No.
death of Salt. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
killed
that guy
him.
was immortal and we killed
in
him. Death and salt.
That was Salt, just like Niobe. They were not monsters.
There we
They
go.
were.
They were humans
Mortals.
that needed to be killed. So
How's
I'm
it
wondering,
salt?
and I'm scared.
I will say,
If
Maple.
it
Maple's gonna
continues,
speak up in
they-
a very dark. Prophecy doesn't say no one dies though.
Thank
so-
you for that, Maple.
Trent, as
You're welcome.
we get closer to your birthday and I
Sorry,
realize that like we're traveling and I made this for you.
Willow holds up a
My
wooden.
hand is-
It's a.
Pink Groot shaped like Groot hand.
It's a wooden hand. As you put it on, Maple puts their hands on it as well,
Okay.
and it hurts. Like Vine and Root
Ah.
dig in, and you now have a wooden hand. We'll say.
Nice.
That's
Can
actually
you do
really
that for
cool.
Archie though?
It's not his birthday.
I don't
As
care.
you all look to the bathroom, we're gonna cut to Archie.
Sociopath.
Archie,
Hell.
Okay.
Archie, we're gonna do this. This is a
Is it like a single person bathroom?
This is a
Almost
single,
like an
like-
airplane.
like very airplane. The light, one of the lights is broken and is very like dimly lit here.
Okay.
As you
First-
are looking at yourself in a mirror, that's like the
First thing
majority.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a piece of leather I have from like my bag,
Mm.
gonna put it in my mouth, gonna open this up, and I'm gonna pour a bottle of nectar on it.
That
It's probably gonna really hurt.
you drank your bottle of nectar though.
Oh, did I only have one?
I don't know.
I thought that each one of us got like a certain number of them.
I thought you guys had 4 bars of ambrosia and 1 bottle of nectar.
That's what I
Is what I
remember.
gave.
Yeah, so you took the ball.
Oh.
So yeah, but
Yeah,
you drank the
you-
bottle, which
I mean, you
probably
could've
saved your life, 'cause
asked
again,
for
bleeding
a
out
bottle.
But
is-
yeah, like I
You can have
I was
mine,
either
I
gonna do
can't
that
use
and then
cool.
the
Yeah, you can take a
ambrosia,
bottle of
yeah.
nectar. I'll
Yeah,
say
you
if you
can
want to
take
give
mine.
it, done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like it's a danger for you anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Okay.
That helps heal it a lot. Like again, like burn scars that normally mortals, like never go away, like are quickly starting to heal. Right? Like not
Probably
enough
isn't.
skin.
I'm imagining like it's pouring alcohol onto the wound.
If you've ever put straight hydrochloric acid to clean a wound, it burns.
Hydrochlor?
Hey, August, it was
Or
hydrogen peroxide.
hydrogen
Yeah.
peroxide. Why do you say
August.
hydrochloric?
I'm like,
It's 3 servings of nectar, so if you only used one,
Yeah.
Yes,
You
3
only have
servings.
2
Yes, you
cups.
have 2
That's what I
servings. So
thought.
you can use 1 other serving. Thank you. I forgot how I
Yeah,
made the
probably.
bottles.
Okay.
Yeah, that burns in.
Okay. Then, I'm gonna get the sink running, and I'm gonna do an iris message to Matt,
Okay.
His
Um,
cousin.
my cousin.
In Hephaestus.
I anticipated this because you throw in the iris message. You call out, oh gods of the rainbow, please accept my offering. Matt and Camp Half-Blood. As the rainbow shimmers and darkness and light escape, as the iron message has cut off and everything around you is dark,
Crap.
you hear this voice one more time. I serve you. I shall give you what you need. The power when you saved your friends at the river. I shall be your right hand man.
He's a left-hand man.
That was the joke.
Solid. Excellent.
I'm just going to say, I am master. You will not.
You blink and realize you're not in the train. You are in a obsidian
Oh,
black
that's not good.
temple.
I don't like that.
Skulls and screaming visage etched into the walls as before you, over 40 feet tall, dark hair, eyes that pierce just like yours in the mirror, in a very classic black chiton, sits what you know is your father. You see, attaboy. You did it. You don't let these little spirits push you around, Archimedes. Gods, you don't know how long I wanted this.
I bow, I guess.
Well, it's nice. Just tell your brother to bow sometimes.
I love you guys.
Hi, Dad.
Hi. Let's walk and talk. As he stands up and walks towards you, immediately appearing his visage, as he starts just striding away.
Okay. And I just start
You follow.
following.
As you follow through, walking through stone ornate, like black columns with arched roofs, again, each with torture or death in various ways. Or excuse me, not torture, but just varieties of death. You see, he walks and just, Archimedes, you are a special boy. And I don't mean that like half of those mortals say it. You really are special. Do you know why?
Well, I would just have to guess it's to do with my birth.
Exactly. You were born. Crazy thing, really, being born. You know, no one thinks about it. I'm the god of death. But life has to occur before death. It's a cycle. I know you get it. I saw you growing up. Animals, people, there's always a life and a death. But you were born from the power of death. You think Mike or Alexei or even Elena can do what you can do? No. There's a reason my brothers put me down here. It's because we're powerful. You know I'm the oldest, right?
Yeah.
Archie, when I gave you the book, I did something pretty not okay. The last time your way older brother used that, well, I mean, let's just say innocent people probably died. And, well, I mean, even before that, there was what was his name? I don't know. He did the whole march to the sea, and let's see, before that, you know, I mean, small guy, French.
Napoleon?
That's
All the
him.
worst people.
Whenever I give my kids this book, it never ends great for humanity. And I couldn't care less. There's always more death. We're getting packed down here. Thankfully, we're starting to figure out the infrastructure better. But I had to test you. sent some of those spirits to you. They talked to you. I saw you at the river. You let them in. You let them save people. You have to be the Prince of Death, my son.
Okay, then.
I put a lot on the line for you. You see, he has stopped talking. You are like out looking over the fields of Asphodel. Hundreds upon millions of souls just wandering, but his focus is boring into your soul. You don't think I've put a lot out. I made a deal with Hecate to keep you under wraps. You wonder why people don't even know you're a demigod? That's me, Ken. It takes a lot to hide you. But am I fucking tired of my kids getting the bad rap? You are going to be the one. You're the hero. We're making sure of it. You have a great mom. You're going to respect her, or I will throw you into Tartarus personally.
She's pretty great.
If someone understands the circle of life, it's that woman. That's amazing. She gets it. Kind of reminds me of Persephone, but that's beside it. It's a flower.
Oh, awkward. Okay.
We're not talking about my love life. We're talking about your fate. Like slow rumble throughout Underworld.
I just want to know if Persephone liked me.
You're gonna be a hero. I don't care about the others. I don't think you should either.
But that has...
But you did great today. So you're welcome. And you are looking, the eyes that were your father's are now the eyes you see in the mirror as you realize you're back in this compartment. Dark, inky, shadowy arm is clutching the counter with your other.
Oh. So, am I making him a new arm? No.
I don't have to make him. And you're in the bathroom. I kind of.
We can cut that one off too.
Kind of really don't want it.
You got
I can cut off my hand again. I'm sorry.
This feels. You can touch. There is like that tactile. You feel it. You can move your fingers. Full autonomy.
That's so sketch.
But whereas flesh should be warm, this is ice cold.
Okay.
The rest of you are sitting outside the bathroom having fun with a wooden hand celebrating Trent's birthday.
How much does a wooden hand actually work, or is it just a wooden hand?
It is like Maple has given a lot of magic, and this is like Trent. You have like basic like close, open.
You just need to hold the weapon, right?
Open, right? Like so, and it's not even like it's not like a bad reaction time, but it's like you don't have. Whereas this is like I can move it. Your hand is like on kind of like a hook, but it's like you can like close and open it. You just can't like turn it or move fingers, if that makes sense.
Hey, you got sort of something. You're welcome. Happy birthday!
As Archie steps out.
Loves you.
Yeah,
No,
I
yeah, no.
am covering.
And just, in
Covering
this chaos, you say that what? And then people,
Well,
what?
before I leave, I'm gonna see if I can dismiss it and have it come back. You know, kind of like my shadow blade.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like I want.
Make an Arcana check.
I wonder if
Okay.
he'll be able to just dismiss it with the Shadow Blade. Like, just when he summons the
Just his
Shadow Blade, he
arm
summons
becomes
that
the
arm.
Shadow Blade.
That's sick.
We'll see,
Okay,
we'll see.
that's pretty sick.
Go ahead, make the Arcana check. Make the Arcana check.
Oh, that is a lot. No, that's Matt.
Rip.
Archie.
Dude, this
26.
Like, this
26.
This episode's a doozy, gang.
On a 26, you... The arm is gone, but you know it's there. Like, not invisible. It is gone. But you know it is there.
Is my iris message still a thing? Can I talk to
the
Matt?
iris message has been, like, on hold, if that makes sense. Like, the water starts running, the spray starts... Because, again, you were using, like, one of your hands to, like,
The one
make the spray.
I have.
But now it's like, oh, and now sprays up. Yes.
Okay. Calm that.
You, it's pretty late. I'm gonna make a check.
He's probably working on the forge.
You, actually find him.
Oh my god.
He
I
is
love
in
it.
a small, like, side room
Yeah.
looking thing. He's, like, in a bunkish kind of bed, but, like, on his own, in a small side room, and you can see he's, like, working just with his hands, like, tinkering, and doesn't notice you, though.
Hey, Matt.
No! Oh my god, Archie!
I wave with my right arm. Hey.
You can't, because that's what's helping get this prism
Don't
spray.
wave with my right arm.
You don't wave with the right arm.
It disappears.
That oh, another one. Flick. It's flick with the no, like it's that. But he's here. Just Archie. Oh my, immortals! What is up? You look terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot. Today's been rough.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, like, what happened? You're covered in blood. Is your arm gone?
Yes. But
Okay, I'm good. Oh,
Okay.
dude, that's so messed up.
I'm not gonna get into the details.
Where are you? Yeah, yeah.
I'm on a
Okay,
train.
okay, yeah.
We're alive. I'm surprised I'm alive.
Yeah, dude, like, no one's heard from you guys in weeks, and,
We're-
like, this
we're
was
all
just
okay.
tomorrow.
Well, Trent lost a hand.
Someone else lost a hand? Don't tell me how. I'll break.
I'm not.
Thank you.
Okay.
And
But
then
yeah, just let her know we're doing okay.
Yeah, dude. Oh
Um,
my gosh, I'm glad I stayed up late to work on stuff.
Yeah. You're pretty good with stuff. Could you probably make me an arm?
You realize you can straight up reference Winter Soldier.
Make you an arm? I mean, whew, yeah, maybe. I don't know. To be fair, I've never made something that can autonomously work, but not independent of a host. It's a lot different than an automaton.
I know.
Yeah, I can try.
Okay.
I'll try.
I don't need it.
You don't need an arm.
Yes. So I talked to Dad.
You talk to him.
That makes it more.
No, I'm good. Sorry, this is a lot, man. I'm tired. This is a lot.
Yeah.
It's like 3 a.m. over here on the East Coast.
Dang.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah,
Gosh.
I talked to Dad, and he gave me a shadow arm.
Go.
So, and then I waved to him with the shadow.
Ah! Okay, a little puke. It's like bile, but like, oh gosh,
Dude,
oh gosh.
hold it together.
I'm sorry. You don't just show up at 3 a.m. and this.
It's a lot. Okay. I don't want to use this thing that often.
No one would.
Exactly. So I would like you to make me an
You're
arm.
gesturing with the shadow.
No, yeah, like it's a thing because again, it's like make me a shot. Yeah, okay, I'll try. I'll
Okay.
try my best.
It's got to be black.
It's gotta be black. Oh, dude, yeah, that's easy. Spray paint, sure, whatever.
Make it out of black metal. That'd be sick.
Oh, black. Okay. Yeah, we might have. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
I'm sure you can get some other guys to help you with this.
Should I?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
When I get back, I'm probably gonna be back. Okay, if I don't die, I should be back soon. What?
If you don't die, you'll be back soon. Just repeat it.
Yes. You know, if I don't die,
you don't
today's
die,
gonna.
Ignore the first
It is the
part.
solstice. Okay,
It's the
today
solstice.
is going to be a rough day.
Oh, it's a rough day.
But if I survive today,
Oh, you'll survive today.
if I survive today,
You will survive today.
I'm gonna need an arm.
I'll make you an arm.
Okay.
Hey, man. Oh, man.
Thanks.
No, thank you. No, yeah, no, you're welcome. That's right. Gosh, I'm going to bed. Is this a
Okay.
dream? No, there's no
No.
dreams. No, man, this isn't a dream. Oh,
Okay.
I love you, man.
Love you too, dude. See ya.
Hi.
Let's
go.
visit.
As
Then I'm gonna talk to my mom. We're
We're
not gonna roleplay.
Right, yeah, we'll go. Mike, yes.
So,
But but I'm gonna use my shadow arm to make the miss. And nothing's wrong. Nothing's
Okay,
wrong.
yeah. Fine.
As soon as I see him get out of the bathroom,
With
just
covered
dismissed,
up, like dismissed.
Yeah, it's gonna be quick, but I just want to call Percy, and like Nick is like loving like.
Nick is loving this.
Nick is loving this, but Mike is not loving this at all.
This will be the last roleplay before we.
Yeah.
This is.
He's gonna shape water, make it misty.
Okay, I was confused for a second. I
Calling
understand now.
Percy.
You're like, who's like, oh,
You see Percy is at a desk doing homework. It's only midnight, right? Like before, you haven't crossed that. So, where for you it's 1, for him midnight. He is like sitting there. You can see he's like stressed out, right? And that like, oh gosh, finals, right? Like, cause it's like, how do I do a assignment? And I'm dyslexic. See you just, Mike. Hey,
Percy.
hey, you look. Hey.
And like, right away, very different tone from when I've talked to him like every other time.
And he tells, that.
He's like, I'm like, what is the worst thing that you've ever caused?
say Helen, dude! Like book 3.
Oh gosh.
Book 3 or book 4?
Well,
oh yeah, that's an Helen.
it depends.
Mount St. Helens.
One time I may have killed a bunch of people on Mount St. Helens. I caused an earthquake and exploded a volcano.
I'm getting pretty good at the earthquakes. That's a
Oh,
good thing today.
okay. If you want to try.
Oh, so those are the tremors we've been feeling.
Yes, he's been trying to. You guys don't know this, but like the earth is trying. What could it be? And Mike.
He's been practicing this whole time. Are you
Touching a
serious?
rock. Okay, no bad. No, yeah. You see Percy though, just. I
made somebody lose
Chiron
an arm
won't-
and another person lose a hand today.
lose an arm?
And they were my friends.
Oh, yeah, that makes it worse. I mean, listen. When I was 13, I went on a quest that I wasn't supposed to. And because I came, a really, really good friend died. She was this hunter of Artemis, really cool, but I don't tell a lot of people this, but I know if I hadn't have been there, they would have been okay. If I hadn't been there, though, someone else could have died too. I may never know. Listen, Mike,
I'm sorry.
you can't.
Laugh right now. It's amazing. Sorry, you just showed me the funniest.
Annabeth told me this one thing. There's a reason the fates don't unpick their loom. Once things are woven, they're woven, right?
Yeah.
You get it? I actually really don't. But I guess the point of it is you can't focus on what happens. We're all going to make mistakes. And sometimes our mistakes cost lives. Others or our own. But they're not dead, are they? I mean, that's good.
That's true.
So pay it forward. Find ways to help them.
I will
Become
cut
a
off the
good person.
next enemy's arm.
Or that.
No, hey, you don't know that you could just, maybe it's a kind thought. Or I once tried making Grover a bunch of cookies after I actually burned his reeds and, well, the cookies kind of burned. But it's the thought that counts, right? Like, just
Oh my gosh.
be nice to them.
Okay.
I think that's good. Hey, you're doing good. You guys, I haven't heard from you in a while, right? Like, it's been weeks.
We met Sinus.
Who? Like the nose?
I'll explain.
Like the nose?
Okay. Hey, do
And
good.
Also, I did meet the Hunters of Artemis.
Oh!
Now,
Really?
You mentioned them.
Hey,
Yeah.
you met Talia. Yeah. She is so cool, right? I mean, but kind of a...
Well, she doesn't really, I mean...
Mike totally has a
She
crush.
gets a little, like, intense, right?
Yeah,
Mike
and, like,
has a crush.
she has a thing for her siblings. Like, she wouldn't let me in on their secret meeting or anything.
Yeah, I get that. She, like, with Jason, Anyway, I should get to bed. You should. Are you traveling? Are you in a bathroom?
Yeah.
Go get some sleep. Sleep it off. I mean, hey, no dreams, so that helps. Man, I've had the best month. Let me tell you, my dreams suck. Sorry, that was mean.
Yeah, we'll see if we can fix that.
We'll
Oh,
see if we can get you nightmares.
double-edged sword there, my friend.
You
Double-edged.
need nightmares
All
from
right.
Tartarus.
Thanks.
And through sleep, you all get the benefits of a long rest.
Yeah.
As 8 a.m. arrives, coming off the train tracks in the city of San Francisco, you don't know how many hours remain. Off in the distance in the bay, you see Mount Tam rising up in mist. The sky is cloudy and gray and stormy. And you have hours before the fulfillment of prophecy. That's going to be everything for this week. Thank you, anyone who tuned in. We will see you all next time. Good luck.